Sorry.
Good morning. Welcome to the show. This is episode 38.
Yep.
Yeah, we got it.
Yep, it is.
Yep.
38. It's Monday, and we are ready to roll. And do some rocking too.
I haven't had my coffee yet, but I'm working on it.
Okay. Whoops. Let's see what that is.
Somebody's working on something else.
Well,
They got 15 offers at one time.
It's just
so hopefully everybody's doing good. Everybody's having a great day. Let's see.
well, that is interesting.
What's that?
If you go to your solds, it doesn't show solds that had multiple quantities unless it's the last one of that quantity.
Because that number was way off for me.
Well, I sold one of these yesterday, this design essential stuff. I've got like 15 of them. It doesn't show it, but my pumice stones, which I sold the last one of last week, it's actually on there.
Huh.
Okay, so if you're on my eBay and you go up to you would go to view my eBay selling.
You might.
And then go down. You have to wait until it loads a little bit, and then it'll drop down and show you all selling items, save drafts, and you can go to sold. And that should show you each individual sale.
You lost me after my eBay. Are you not in the seller hub?
Okay, if you go to view my eBay selling, yeah, in the eBay hub.
I found it. Okay. I go down to solds.
Yeah, you have to wait for it to load, and then it should go in.
Oh,
Oh,
son
there
of-
it is.
Go to what?
View my eBay selling.
View
Do I have
my-
an echo?
You do. Go to
Yeah, a little bit.
in the seller hub. Go to selling tools.
Yeah.
And the third tab down it says view my eBay selling, which puts you back in the old format, and then hit sold.
Yeah, and it should show up each individual sale like that.
Yeah, everybody's trying to figure out their numbers
Well, you
for
could all,
the selling competition or contest competition.
Yeah, but-
All about the same thing, I would say.
Yep, that captured it all.
well, you can do the same thing through the seller hub, which is doing all orders.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense too.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
I'll be right back.
Your numbers, go ahead and get them to me at 9 o'clock. I'm going to close it off. So if you want to get in the contest and see who won, and if you won, then please get me that information so we can tally it.
So what did you have?
Please let.
How many?
What
Did
did you have, Eric?
I had 22. I had a bad week.
Well, you sold. A bad week is not selling anything.
No, 22 is a bad week. I had several days where I only sold one item. But my eBay account got hacked about a week and a half ago, and I think I'm suffering a little bit from that.
Dusty, you look like you're in pain.
He's counting.
I'm just trying to wake up, and I have to count. So what happens? What happens if somebody buys one item and they also buy one item? That counts as 2 items, right?
Yep.
Right.
Okay. Well, then I can't just do it by going to all orders on Seller Hub and
Actually, you can. You just have to. What you have to do is take out.
I have to
Wait,
count.
go to your sales tab. Put the last week's sales in.
What the hell? Now where you got me going? Where? Okay.
All right.
All right.
I'm working on it. I'm making sure this works. I'm not going to give you bad information here. So.
Well, you already started giving me bad information.
Shut up. All right.
Let's see.
See,
Good work.
That's ignorant that they don't give you some kind of count on that page. They create the graph, but they don't give you no count. They give you no count.
Go to your sales tab. Click on the sales button. Change the date over
I did.
from the 23rd to the 30th.
Yeah.
And then look down, and you'll see any number with a total sales number next to it.
Yeah.
That works for me. It counted up the exact same number I had.
All right. Everybody's getting their numbers, hopefully.
Well, I had 122.
That's awesome.
I told you something happened with I don't get it. Like that's one of the busiest weeks we've had in a long time. It was like some switch got clicked somewhere.
You had a couple of crazy days.
122, right?
I had 122. Yeah. There were days.
Okay.
There were days where I'd be sitting in the, like after the show at Hangouts, and it would literally just cha-ching one right after the other. I have no explanation for it other than I kept my promotions going. Promotions, promoted listing, markdown manager, and I listed a lot over the last 3 weeks.
Right.
So I still think activity has a lot to do with it.
Oh yeah, I think it's very imperative.
So what did you have, Val?
I had 22.
Oh, awesome.
I had 10.
More than one a
That's
day.
awesome.
And I had one of the worst weeks of my life, 16. But I didn't list all week either most days. So, which coming off a big listing week the week before,
Right.
but that just shows that consistency is the key. Not listing a crap load and then not listing.
Right.
It shows. But I was injured all week, so I didn't get much done.
Injured? What'd you do?
I put out my shoulder and my knee's bad, and it was really bad, and just lifting and stuff was really sore, and just had a sore week. No, I got a bad knee anyways, and this time of year it's damp, and I feel all the cold in my knee and everything, and now I'm having problems with my shoulder, and
You've been hauling.
I'm sorry.
That's the problem, Nikki.
yeah, too much stuff. I've just been doing too much stuff, and it's wintertime, so I'm feeling all the aches and pains.
You could always, I was gonna say you could always get a whole bunch of little stuff together and list that, so you don't have to do a whole bunch.
Well, I was, but I just didn't feel good, so I just wasn't doing what I should have been doing.
Yeah.
But the week before, when I did all those listings, I had an awesome week of sales. But this last week was terrible.
Yeah.
But it's okay.
Well, that's the thing too, is we're all going to have our bad weeks.
Yeah.
And we're going to have our good weeks.
Well, that's kind of why, it teaches you to keep your finances in check so that you're ready for slow weeks like this. Because like yesterday we had a surprise. our tire was going bad on our van, the opposite one of the one we replaced a couple weeks ago. And because it's all-wheel drive, you can't put like a new tire on with 3 used ones. You have to change them all out. Well, anyways, so we put a used tire on, the one that blew out a couple weeks ago. So we found another used one to put on to replace this other one that went bad. And well, it ended up being, we went to Walmart to have them change it out so my husband wouldn't have to. And Walmart said they wouldn't because there was a plug in it. And I'm trying to wait like a couple of months to replace all 4, brand new. Anyways, so we went to Walmart. They said they wouldn't put a plug in it. It's against their regulations. It's too dangerous. Anyways, so we went yesterday, which is Sunday, and asked Tires Plus to do it. And they said, yeah, they would do it, no problem. Well, when they put the tire on the rim, they found out that there was 2 more holes in that used tire.
Oh, no.
And one of which was too big to plug. So we've got the tire off the van, and I'm about 5 blocks away from Tires Plus, and I have no other tire to put on it. So, except for the donut spare, which is flat. So I ended up having to take the donut spare, put it back. Well, my husband put it on, and I had to drive it on the flat donut spare, like 5 or 6 blocks to Tires Plus, and I had to pay for 4 brand new tires yesterday. On my worst eBay week ever.
Well, I bet you're going to start working now.
But it's all good. I mean, we plan for stuff like this, but it's just more money than I wanted to spend, but we'll be okay. We plan for this stuff, but it could have been really detrimental if you don't, so it's kind of a learning lesson that, hey, you really got to keep your finances in check. But
and keep air in your spare.
And keep air in your spare. Well, the thing was, is it was a spare under, it was, it rides underneath. So it's all weathered and everything because you never use them, Well, we went and put it on when we had that last flat, and it went flat right away. It wasn't no good. So anyways, but now we got a good spare, and 4 brand new tires.
Dusty Blackberry Thistle Tea was asking a question.
Did you ever go to Dog Days in Ardmore? I haven't been there in a couple of years, but yeah, it's a pretty cool flea market.
It's called Dog Days.
Yeah, it's up on the Alabama-Tennessee line. I don't know why they call it that. There's probably some story behind that, but it's just like big open air fields, and they just let people set up and it's like the big open air flea market. It's like It's like the Woodstock of flea marketing.
That's cool.
Except without Jimi Hendrix and naked ladies rolling around in mud.
That'd probably be funner. Is that your honey going off, Valerie?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with her.
Yeah, man.
She's lost her ever-loving mind.
Oh.
So yeah, I think listing has a big part to do in selling, and I kind of been down on myself this week, but Valerie had to remind me, you have a full-time job already, and this is your part-time, and that you have to take what you get. What you put into it is what you're going to get back.
So quit watching Shia and list.
Well,
It's so damn interesting, though.
It's so stupid.
But I mean, like, I'm people watching. I'm not just watching the drama or whatever. I'm people watching. I'm looking at clothes that people have on.
Oh my God, here we go.
Their shoes.
I'm watching for trends. It's not a rabbit hole.
it's good for her business.
Because it teaches me what people wear nowadays. Really?
Their purses, their coats. I'm watching everything.
Because Shia's worn the same thing every time he's been on there. He looks like a
I know.
homeless dog.
I'm not watching him.
I wouldn't just say that. But yep.
His clothes have not changed since the first day, which it's been like a week since the inauguration.
So when
So
my
he's been having the same clothes.
So when my husband makes fun of me for watching too many YouTube videos or Walking Dead or something, I can just say, it's good for my business. I'm seeing what people are wearing and what they're using. What I might need to sell for prop companies, right?
That's right.
That's right.
Sounds like a good reason to me.
Cheryl Land says, I check guys' butts to see what jeans they're wearing. Okay.
Hey, so does
Whatever
Eric.
floats your boat.
Whatever makes you feel better for doing it.
Let's see. Let's see. Comfortable Life says, Dusty, when are you having another reseller happy hour?
I have no idea. We've all just been gone or busy or whatever. You have to ask Jim. Jim's not in here though.
Nope.
I'll throw that off on him.
There you go.
Somebody said Dog Days Flea Market was, they used to sell dogs there. I hadn't been up to that Dog Days in a while. I'm surprised they don't still sell dogs there. I mean, Lord, you go down the road to that Lakon Flea Market, and you can buy chickens and goats and pigs, and I mean, it's the real deal. And then Tristan's like, I'm taking a puppy home. I'm like, no, you're not. What? Oh, she's on the phone. I thought she was yelling at me.
We call that a chicken swap. I go to that 2 times a year. Love chicken swaps.
Oh, you can buy chickens, goats, ducks, pigs, I don't know, cows, probably wasn't, I didn't see livestock. And then
Yeah,
you
here
got
too.
the guy selling the guns, and it's just lots of little booths and open air gravel or whatever, and they really don't care what you sell.
Fun.
Just a good old redneck flea market.
Good morning, Sherry.
And I think is Craig in the audience? He was supposed to have gone to that flea market this weekend. I wonder how he did. He and I talked briefly in messaging last night. I was about half awake. Don't.
Yeah, he was in the chat a little earlier, but I don't see him now.
Maybe we didn't talk about it. He told me he might go to it, but.
So did anybody sell anything that was kind of weird this week or kind of off?
I sold my fraternity panel really fast.
Wow.
You sold that already?
Yeah, I sold it last night for full price.
Oh, wow. What'd you have it listed for?
$50.
Nice.
Wow.
I didn't think I would get that much, but
Did you do any further research on it?
I researched every name on that and I could not find anything. So
well, somebody must love paddles or
well, I'm sure, I listed it with the name of the fraternity on there, so I'm sure there's probably some fraternity that wanted it, but
right.
I haven't even looked to see where it's going yet. It is going to
the BDSM Institute.
that's what I was thinking for. So I don't know.
Sherry said she sold a clay kit to an auto repair place. She said that kind of concerns me.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, an auto repair place, wouldn't you think that? I mean, I would think that stuff would come from like, distributor or.
Was it like home modeling clay, or was it like some kind of Bondo type? Well, Bondo
I
is
don't know.
clay, but Bondo type stuff.
If it's a clay kit for cars, it's for working with paint.
Oh yeah, for removing
debris and stuff like that. I remember a lot of those guys that work in shops even though they work in the shop, it's their own equipment, it's their own tools and things like that. So
Yeah. She said it's like kids' play.
yeah, they're just going to clay it up. It's to remove debris out of paint jobs and stuff like that. So
I sold a set of kitchen knives, and they went to a soldier at Guantanamo Bay in Cuba, which I'm sure one of our foreign enemies is being cut up right now as we speak. I thought that was a little odd, but you know, I mean, they're normal people and they have probably their housing there, and this guy just wanted a really nice set of knives. That's the story I'm sticking with. They weren't torturing anybody with them.
Yeah.
And now we're probably on a watch list somewhere for me saying that. I had a guy that, well, y'all knew this story, but some people don't. I had a guy that bought something Saturday, let's say Monday. Saturday night, he messaged me. I really wasn't available. He messaged me like, hey, I really need this item. Can I get it? I live over in Decatur, which is like 40 miles from here. 30 from where I live, from where I house, about 40 miles. Could you meet me? Well, it's a computer hard drive, and he paid $15 for it. And I'm like, if it had been a $75 item, something like that, I probably would have done it. And so, anyhow, he asked before he bought it, and I just didn't get a chance to answer it. Well, the next thing I know, he's clicked the buy it now button. And then he's messaging me, I really need to get this. I need to meet you right now, whatever. And I'm like, dude, really? Seriously? It's Saturday night. At that point, it's 9, 10 o'clock at night. I mean, you don't just do that with people. So then all day yesterday, which is Sunday, he starts out by, I got 3 notifications. He had requested my contact info from eBay. I don't know if he did it 3 times. So then he gets my number. So then I start getting text messages. I guess he automatically says, what the hell? It could be a cell phone number. I'll just text it. Just constant text, more messages, everything else. And I'm like, I'm not doing this. So I just finally writing back to eBay. I said, I'm sorry. I'm really not available this weekend. It's going to go out first thing Monday morning. Priority mail, you should have it on Tuesday if the mail goes as normal. If they don't screw it up. No, that's not going to work, whatever. And then finally he messaged me back. He's like, $50 cash if you meet me. And I'm like, okay, now I would get out of the house, and now I would do it for $50 cash. So I didn't go through the eBay messaging system with any of that or respond to it. But then I did start responding to his text. Sorry, just I've got a wife and 2 kids, and things have been a little crazy. I can probably put some things on hold if you'll meet me with $50 cash. Because he had already paid for the hard drive. Turns out the guy needed the circuit board. Those familiar with hard drives, there's control boards on the back of hard drives that tell the platters what to do or whatever. And he needed that part. And then I met him in an Old Navy parking lot, and it was well lit, and I didn't die. Obviously, I'm still here. And he paid me $50. He asked me, like, is this board gonna work? I'm like, dude, I have no idea. I mean, I just sell stuff. Turns out he was a millennial. He might be a little older than that. I'm sure his World of Warcraft was down or whatever, and he's been freak out mode. So we got a generation of impatience. I mean, seriously. So now let me just back. It could have been something totally legit. It could have been like paper for no. It could have been his research paper for school that was due on Monday, or I don't know. But I'm really thinking more once I saw the person. I'm thinking more like, this was probably not really an emergency by anybody else's standards. But he handed me $50 in cash, and that bought some Taco Bell, so I'm stoked about that.
Yeah, I sold last night, just randomly, I sold those 3 broken leg old crow cups. They were like the old what do you call it? Well, yeah, they're whiskey cups, but they're from the brewing place, and they were like plastic, or that old, what is that old? Yes, thank you, Dusty, for giving me words that I can't use. Yes, melamine or melamine. however you say it, that look like plastic, but they're Melmac. Yes, thank you, Dusty. I appreciate you being my dictionary today. So anyways,
I just
I
to
sold
see if your
those.
brain's keeping up with your reading. I'm just making sure.
So anyways, I sold those 3 cups, $20 free shipping, and that I didn't have anything into them, so good for me.
Yay.
Yay. That's the most interesting thing I think I've sold all week. Nothing else really stands out. Except My Little Pony Flip and Whirl.
My Little Pony what?
Flip and Whirl.
Flip and whirl.
Flip and Whirl, that's what it's called.
Did you sell it to a brony?
I had brony in the keywords. I always put brony in the keywords for anything pony related.
Quit.
Yeah, King Rat said that he has overnighted to get back on World of Warcraft to people. So he has experienced that.
No, I mean everybody has their own hobbies and stuff, but no, no, that's stupid.
Well,
Not King Rat stupid, but I just don't know that I've ever had any hobby that I was that adamant about where I had to have something like overnighted. And I'm just assuming that's what this kid was doing. I say kid.
but if you're a gamer, then
But what point do you draw the
basically
line between a hobby and an obsession? Like we can go down that whole rabbit hole.
you can be addicted to video games. I totally see all that, but yeah. I mean, as long as you're taking care of responsibility, I guess you're not addicted. What, you want me to talk about my lottery tickets?
No, I didn't know if you wanted to. I think that's cool as crap, but
I think it is too.
So I think I said something on here before about it, but I can't remember.
Everybody's watching today wasn't here.
Well, okay, so I have I'm a cashier at a gas station, and I have people save the loser tickets, and if I see them in the trash or whatever, I'll pick them out, and then I bring them home and I look them up on the website. I put the code in on most of them. I put the code in, and yes, they're loser lottery tickets. And then, well, sometimes I find winning ones.
That's right.
So I just found 2 this morning that was $25. So it's kind of cool, you know. I mean, it kind of makes it worth it for me. Also, I like to play like lottery tickets, so I put my codes in and into the website, because every state has a website, and it gives me points for each one that I enter, and so those points you can turn around and basically buy coupons for lottery tickets, and it gives you a certain amount off. So
what? See, I didn't know when you were saying points. I was like, so it's like a rewards program.
It is. It is. It's the second chance basically. So besides that, because I do come across a lot of loser tickets, wow.
You might want to look out the window.
so I come across a lot of loser tickets, so I basically have bundled a bunch together. I think I come across 3,000 last night that I bundled together, and I am selling those on eBay so that people can use them to write off on their tax. They have a thing to where you can write lottery tickets off as lottery winnings or casino winnings. You can write it off. So that's what I do with them.
Wants to know. King Rat wants to know. Oh, sorry.
People pay money for that.
What?
King Rat wants to know, Eric, if you ever read the chat, and I told King Rat no because you're lazy. King Rat wants to know if you'll ever say like what part of Ohio you're in.
I'm in Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus. There's your answer. Why did I repeat what you said? Like he can't hear you.
Because you're reading the chat back. No, I don't read the chat. So.
Oh, let's see. It's 8:30. Y'all want to get in on the contest? These numbers by midstream. So let me know.
What did Tara do?
Yeah, I want to know too.
Not that good.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm under 100. I really didn't. I didn't sell a lot of stuff this week. I mean, I did a little under 1,600 for the week, but I didn't sell that many items. I should have did it last week. I sold more stuff last week.
I figured you were going to be a big winner.
No, it was not. I mean, there was a few. I did really good like last Sunday. I think Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday was real dead, and Thursday wasn't that great, and Friday wasn't that great, and then Saturday was okay, and then yesterday was not really that great.
Okay, so it wasn't just me because that almost mirrors exactly what I was up against.
I mean, Saturday was really great, and I thought I'd have a nice Sunday, and I think I only did like $150 yesterday.
Yeah, I just wasn't seeing the sales come in. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday was dead. I was starting to like, what in the world? And I was listing every day, so it was kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't remember if I listed in the middle of the week a lot. I think I was. I can't remember. Anyway, so I went to an auction Saturday and goofed off there, and then I listed a little bit yesterday, and I took pictures yesterday. I have to list today.
Just remember, tax returns are going to start rolling in here in the next couple of weeks. So
yeah, I got a pile of pictures I shot, and I'm going to list them today. I got a bunch of motorcycle parts I'm going to list today, and some other small stuff. And I got it's kind of cool if you like go-karts. I got a kind of cool, it's a go-kart body. It looks like a formula car, I think you call them, those Indy cars, you know. It's a Valvoline one. That's kind of cool. I picked that up at that auction. I'm going to try throwing it up.
Is it just the body or is it the frame too?
Just a body. It's just a body that sits on top of the frame. But I got a Rupp Monza that I'm just going to list it at the same time. So then I figure, it's a Rupp, you know what I'm talking about? They made like mini bikes, go-karts, snowmobiles. They made this thing. It's Chevy Junior. It's a Chevy Monza body. It's fiberglass. It's older. Those go a little better. So I'm going to try. I hadn't listed it. So I took pictures of that too. I'm going to list these two at the same time. And maybe I'll get somebody that's into carts will buy it. Both of them.
The Monza one will probably sell pretty quickly.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think the last comparable, I think I saw one sold for 5.5. But I'm up here. I'm so far north. You know, I don't always command that kind of price. So I'll see what happens.
Are you going to ship that or are you going to local pickup only?
No, I'll just put local pickup and then I'll just put in my description somewhere that I'll work with the shipper of your choice, you know.
That's what I do. Okay.
Yeah. So if they do like a freight quote or a U-ship or something like that, I'll work with them, but I'm not going to ship it. It's 7 foot long. It would be
fairly long, but
Nikki, were you going over a bump? All I could see was I saw Nikki going like that.
Working next to those railroad tracks.
I'm on my dirt road.
Air tires, but she's got new tires. That's why she can actually bounce that. Either that or she just passed a guy who had a serious bass system in his car, you know.
Sure, he said it looks like we're all on a bus.
It was funny yesterday when my car went in to get the tires replaced. The guy's like, when my husband, when he was all done and we told him we wanted to save the one tire for a spare, you know, And he's like, sir, where would you like me to put that tire in your car? Because I still got all the auction stuff still in my car from the other night.
Does the Astro has up underneath it? Does the spare go up underneath on the Astro or not?
Huh?
Does the spare go up underneath on the Astro van?
Yeah. That's why our spare ended up being bad that time. Yeah.
Hey, I'm all about used tires. Except for like last time I had Tristan's car, it got new tires from Walmart because they turned out to be so cheap that I just went ahead and that's kind of our daily driver. But everything else, we've got a chain of used tire stores in town. They sell used and new, and they get dealer takeoffs. They get, which for those that aren't familiar in the audience with what those are, people will buy a new car at a dealership and turn around and put brand new tires and rims on it. Well, they can't legally sell those tires as new. And so they end up at little places like this place that I buy from, and they literally might have like 10 miles on them,
Yeah.
And I had an interesting talk the other day. I go to a battery place, a car battery place. It's the same way. I had a really interesting talk with that guy, and he was telling me, he's like, if somebody for some reason goes to Advance Auto and they buy a battery and they come back 20 minutes later or whatever and say the battery's not good or they don't like it or whatever, he said they can't legally sell it again as new. He said that's how we end up with these batteries. And I've been buying used batteries from that guy for 10 years. He gives a 3-year warranty. They used to be $30. They're $40 now. And I've never had a single problem. The last one we had, we got 3.5 years out of it. And when you're talking about a battery that's maybe more cold cranking amps or weird size or whatever, some of those batteries, even Walmart prices are $100, $110. And if you can buy one for 30 or 40, that's a pretty good deal. So
my little Miata, actually, the battery's like $140 for it.
Tristan's Mini Cooper was the same way because it was some stupid specialty battery that had to be just the right whatever, and the post had to be, because it didn't have battery cables, it had battery bars.
Yep.
So they literally had to line up exactly right. I took it down to that guy. It was going to be like Mini Cooper wanted like $250. I'm like, no, I'm not paying $200. I'll figure out a way to make it work. And I took it down to that guy. He's like, oh yeah, we can just use this battery right here, and we'll take one of these black plastic battery trays, turn it upside down, stick it in there underneath it, set the battery on top so it hits exactly right. He's like, boom, boom, boom. Looked it up, and I was like, what I owe you? He's like, $40. Sweet. We drove for another 2.5 years with that same battery. It was perfect. So I'm all about some blemish stuff.
I used to be all about used tires, but I don't do used tires anymore.
Me and my husband were talking last night, and in the 23 years that we've been married, this is only the second set of brand new tires that we've ever bought.
We're about the same way. This last set at Walmart, but my favorite was when I had a little Honda CRX about 12 years ago, something like that. Had this little Honda CRX, bought it for like $450. Thing drove great. I drive it from Birmingham to Tuscaloosa. I was working for my dad's store at the time, and so I was putting 120 miles a day on a car. I just needed a beater car, and it was perfect. But one day, one of the tires blew on me, and I got to thinking, I probably should have put tires on when I got it. So I called like NTB, and I was like, do y'all carry 13-inch tires? And he's like, hang on just a second. He's like, yeah, actually, we have a deal. It's buy 3, get 1 free. And I was like, buy 3 at how much? He's like, well, they're $14.99 a tire. And I was like, you gotta be kidding. Of course, they got you at the mounting and balancing and all that. It was $105 tax and all out the door for 4 brand new tires.
Yeah, I used to have a Hyundai Accent that was the same way. It was 185 by 13. It was like, it's the cheapest tire made in America, and I could get 4 tires installed for $100. Yeah, which is, thank God, because that car would eat tires, but it was hilarious. So,
Well, up until just about 5 years ago, we used to be able to get used tires from this one place for like $5 between $5 and $10 a tire, and they'd be almost brand new. All those old people that come in and get their tires replaced only because the mileage says they probably should or whatever, but they're not wore out, you know. But they used to be able to get them for $5-10 a tire. Why not? You know, and my husband most of the time would just change them out himself, the rims and everything. But
You took the tire out?
Yeah, I just made that decision probably 5 years ago. I got tired of buying one tire here, one tire there, spending $20, and 6 months later you're buying another tire. I couldn't get quality used tires anymore. And it's just like, you know what? I spend $400. I don't have to spend $400 for 4 more years. Yeah, that's kind of the way I was looking. I got to the point where I was looking at it, you know, and that's the way I do it now. I've got a truck, and those tires are going to be about $175, $200 a piece. But if I have to do it every 4 or 5 years, I'm okay with that too. So
Yeah, that's what I did too.
I haven't been impressed with the Walmart, whatever it was we put on Tristan's car, mileage wise. I need to check it. I mean, they're rated a 40 or 50,000 mile tire, and I'm not going to get anywhere close to that one out of them. I haven't been real impressed with the wear on. They've worn down really, really, really fast.
Yeah, we bought one tire for our truck, and it was like, you know, worn really fast. And so the next time we needed tires, we bought a whole set.
mm-hmm.
you should
Somewhere else, not at Walmart.
always at least replace tires in pairs.
Yeah.
Tires. I mean, used tires, it doesn't make a difference. If you're going to buy new tires, buy 2 at a time as the minimum. And your better tires should go wherever your drive tires are, and then you can put your not so great tires on your drag tires or whatever. But 4 is better. But if you have to, budget it out, buy 2, and then next month buy 2 more. So
Yeah.
Well, the thing is that I always drive, you know, older vehicles. I don't buy brand new vehicles, and so I'm always afraid of buying brand new tires because I've always been afraid that once you put something nice on it, then it's going to break down.
That's when the car. No, I totally understand that. Like, why would I want to put? Because I'm like the same way with my truck. Like, why would I want to spend $800 on tires on my truck? I only paid $1,300 for the truck.
It's kind of like the car never breaks down on an empty tank of gas. It always breaks down when you fill up the tank of gas.
they only slap. Every time you get gas, it's $10 worth of gas, and that's it. Yeah.
I always fill up my gas tank now, but yeah, it used to be. I was afraid to fill up the gas tank because that's every time I fill up the damn gas tank, it would. But I'm a little more responsible now, so mine's full all the time. But
Yeah, I don't let mine get below 3/4. And I got a big truck,
No.
so the tank is big since it's a 26-gallon tank. But
yeah.
you know, because it hurts to fill up a 26-gallon tank all at once.
Mhm.
You know, somewhere between 1/2 and 3/4. But yeah, I remember those days.
Gas is $5. It really hurt when gas was $5. It'd be $100 to fill.
Mhm.
Yeah, I had a Chevy Avalanche back then, and I sold that mainly because I was tired of putting in $80, $90 a gas every time I filled up, and I was filling up like once every week and a half or so.
No.
We had a Tahoe with a 28-gallon tank, and it was like $120 when you went to. That's the one that I sold to the CarMax when Kristen didn't know, and then I called her and asked her for a ride, and she's like, "Where's my Tahoe?" And I'm like, "Can you just come get me and we'll talk about it?"
Yeah, but now the gas is back down. I went out and bought another truck, so. But I've got another car if I need a car for gas mileage. It gets me 30 miles a gallon, but it's only a 2-seater, so.
Yeah, I have a little Stratus for that, for good gas mileage, but it's decent. It's not good, but it's decent. But this van is actually pretty good on gas for being a van and for being as full as I have it all the time. Which my husband's like, that's why the tires blew out, because you always got so much damn weight in it.
Now, it definitely affects your gas mileage, but
Yeah.
it shouldn't affect your tires.
The Astros I had always got really good mileage. That was a good little.
Yeah.
That's always the good motor. That's a fairly fuel efficient motor. I love
Yeah.
the Astros. That was one of the better. Wasn't my favorite body style. I've had 3 or 4 of them. It wasn't one of the better looking minivans that they made, but I think it grew on me. But I mean, you want to talk about dependable. I had an Astro Cargo one time that I had 420,000 miles on.
Yep.
I bought it with like 400,000, and still ran great. Didn't miss. Didn't have anything going. I mean, the motor. I mean, you could tell it was an older motor, but it ran great.
You got your earbuds in, Nikki?
Yeah.
I don't know why, but we have a terrible echo.
Echo.
It's not always me.
Is it me? Echo, echo.
I think it was Nikki.
Testes, testes.
I wasn't hearing an echo, so I don't know.
I think it's me.
Oh,
Still
I
have
just
it?
knew that I was echoing. I can't focus on what I'm trying to say when I do that.
Try that now.
Nice. Silver hair stacker is acid testing a 14 karat necklace. It's 49 grams. Testing good on my acid kit. I take it to the jeweler to make sure scrap value would be $1,090 from a storage unit.
That's nice.
You know, they always make you feel good when you're digging through crap in a storage unit. You're like, why did I buy all this? And then you open that one box and it's got the jewelry box at the bottom.
Nice.
It's wrapped up and you're like, yes.
Makes it all worth it.
Yeah, last storage unit I bought, I was hoping to get one thing to pay for the whole thing, and more than paid for it. And everything else was gravy.
You find that one dress sock in that dresser and you're like, please don't be a sex toy. Please don't be a sex toy. Those that have ever done storage units, you know what I'm talking about. It's in every unit. And they're always in dressers or nightstands.
I found one in a mink coat. I bought a mink coat, and I found one. I'm taking the picture, like, what's this in the pocket? And then I'm like, must be or something. I don't know.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was not awesome.
Especially after you reach in and then realize what it is after your ungloved hand is on it. You're like, oh.
There's no such thing as an ungloved hand when you're cleaning out storage units. That's all I gotta say.
This wasn't a storage unit. This was a coat I bought from a mink coat I bought at a thrift store. And I'm taking a picture. I'm like, what's this in the pocket? And you reach in. And I'm like, oh my god. Anyway,
That is too funny.
I bought a pair of boots one time from a thrift store and got to the register and realized like there's something down inside these. There were 2 miniatures of whiskey, one down inside each toe, and it was one of these thrift stores that does like recovery missions for people in recovery. And I'm like, do I mention it to the girl at the counter, or do I just not mention it, or like, is she gonna be like, oh, we have to take those, and they're all gonna go get drunk in the back, and I just ruined their recovery, or yeah. She was like, I actually said something. She's like, you just keep them. I was like, okay. Wait. They were like half drunk. I'm like, no, but I won't do it.
Now you're going to be busy today, Dusty.
30 items to ship. No, Tristan's going to help me.
Thank goodness.
I've already given. Well, most of it's, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, out of the first 10 items, they're all first class. I do a lot of easy to list, easy to ship. It's like we were talking about the other day. If I'm going to sell something big, it's going to have to be worth my time and effort to stop what I'm doing to have to ship it, Mm-hmm. It's not that Tristan can't ship big stuff, but if it's going to require, like, I'm the one that knows where the big boxes are and that knows where all the, I mean, she's done plenty of car headlights and stuff over the years, but it's just, the bigger it is, the more money I'm going to have to make off of it for me to want to deal with it.
Yeah.
Now I'll get all that knocked out. 30 items, I'll get all that knocked out. Hour and a half.
That's cool. I've never had to do that many, so I wouldn't know.
That's probably the most I've ever had to do in one day in probably a year. I mean, I don't think I've ever had, I think I had 28, 23, something like that one time a couple months ago. What sucks is you look at the money in your PayPal, because I already swept some out, went and bought some more stuff yesterday, and you look at the money in your PayPal, you're like, okay, I have this much, and then will I have anything left after I get done shipping all this?
Right.
That's why you got to kind of stay on top of your shipping. If you get big volume, because you sometimes fool yourself with how much stuff is really there.
Yeah,
Well,
and how much money and shipping is there?
Well, I normally do, but I think it's like Nikki was saying a minute ago. I think I've been trying to do better on when I bring a load in, get it listed and not let stuff stockpile. And I've done really well.
Yeah, you have done.
Over the last, I mean, Eric, you can attest to that. You've known me for.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I have to say that's the one thing I will flat out admire my best. He is, especially the last 3 weeks, I'd say, singularly focused on if it comes into the house, it's listed within 24 hours. I mean, even some of your big lots, you've been really good about busting out and getting them done.
And if I don't finish it that day, I'll be like, I need to knock this out. And I've literally just kept it down to a minimum here in my office. But I'm gonna tell you though, I've seen the sales now from it, so I've got to think that there's some correlation between the two. You know.
No, I can see that's kind of what I've broke out some of my clothing, and I'm just going to start listing my clothing again because I've let that fall way behind, which I know my clothing sales are suffering for it. But I thought I had a lot more clothing listed than I did, and it turns out I only had not even 10% of my store was clothing, and I was shocked. A year ago, I was probably at 60 or 70%. So, I mean, it used to be my little bread and butter go-to that I was always selling a clothing item here or there that was $20, $25 and would do well with it.
Read the chat, please.
But I've also been doing, and I think this has helped. I could probably look. There's probably a report I could look and see if it actually has. But I've also been doing really well with promotions, not promoted listing. Well, promoted, I do those as well. But I've been doing really good with the promotions where it's 20% off if you buy 2 or more items from my store. And it doesn't have to be the same items. And like, for instance, this lady just bought 2 iPhone cords. Those ones that I got for 99 cents at Walmart. She bought 2. My thinking is, did I give away an extra 20%? Yeah. But I also shipped them together, so that saved me $2.60 in shipping alone, first class shipping. And I would rather make a little less and have them move a little faster. Plus, I really, truly, truly believe in momentum behind the scenes. Call it Cassini, call it whatever you want to call it. I think there's definitely something to once eBay views you and your items as being relevant and selling and stuff like that, I think you get a bump in all your stuff. I mean, I think it's a snowball effect. I have no other explanation for having that many sales in a week. I didn't, other than the steady listing this week.
Did you see what Cheryl Ann said?
Sold a, oh, that's Scott. I'm not reading that out loud. Cheryl Ann.
Dispute process.
She put it in the chat.
Fire from leaving feedback. It usually means that their account was hacked.
Oh.
So I mean, they bought the shirt, but it's not a real sale because they've noticed something. It's what happened to me. Somebody used my account to try to buy an iPhone and ship it to a whole nother area of the country, and I saw the sale come through, so I knew something was wrong right off the bat, and so I immediately changed my passwords on my account. But I called eBay, and they actually went through and they blocked the sale. They did the whole thing. So that's probably what you're dealing with right there. Somebody is saying their account was hacked.
That makes sense.
Does it say that it just has blocked them from leaving feedback, or has blocked them from paying as well?
From paying and leaving feedback. So yeah, because the guy who Otherwise, I mean, that somebody could leave me a guy never paid type thing.
Yeah.
Did you have to open it? Was that a regular purchase, or was that something where you had to open an unpaid item?
Well, that wasn't. He didn't buy it for me. Remember, I was the one that they used my account to buy. So
no, I'm asking Cheryl Ann.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, it's probably if I understand it correctly, that eBay just kind of shuts the whole transaction down. Yeah, because they look and see where the purchase came from, and does it match the IP of the person's who was buying it. And that's what the guy told me. He's like, yeah, we'll block the whole thing. You don't have to worry about it. Just recommended I go in and change my passwords, which I already had done then, but then I went ahead and rechanged them again and went to one of my more secured passwords that nobody in the world's ever going to get, and did that with a lot of my different accounts as well, just to be on the safe side. Maybe using the same password for the last 10 years was a bad idea.
How you got 10 years out of it?
Somebody figured you out.
I don't know. We were talking about that the other day. I think there's some people that go to overboard extremes on passwords and stuff. And I think as long as you're, I don't know. That's my own personal opinion. It's not advice. But as long as you're not using everyday words, throwing some numbers and some characters in there and making it pretty long, and being very careful on what you click on and enter your password in, making sure you're going to decent URLs. Don't go to funky websites that you don't. I mean, even when I'm doing Google research on like an eBay item, if I don't know the website and it seems halfway hinky or whatever, no, I won't click on it.
Yeah.
I mean, not if it seems really suspicious. Let's just say that. Although it is kind of interesting, I bought a bunch of Army patches yesterday, and I was doing research on those. And every time I try to click on an army.mil military website, I get this big warning that my computer may not be secure if I go there. And it's like, what is our military doing?
Well, that was yesterday morning. I clicked on a link on Jim Bennett's Facebook about the Valentine's thing, whatever, that I put attention on yesterday on the Facebook group. Anyways, all of a sudden it went to this click for offers and stuff. Mm-hmm. And so then I went back and looked at my Facebook, and here it had copied the same thing that was on Jim's Facebook onto my Facebook. So then I deleted it right away and messaged Jim and told him, and then I posted it on all the Facebook groups so that nobody else would do it. It's funny how that stuff spreads so fast.
Oh, yeah.
Don't click on anything that Jim tries to get you to click on. I'm just kidding. Just kidding, Jim.
Well, I kind of had a weird feeling about it at first because it said the link was in the comments, where usually those funny little things, it shows it right in the main post, Mm-hmm. So I thought it was kind of funny that the link would be in the comment, but I usually don't click on that stuff anyways, but sometimes those things are kind of fun to look at,
Yeah.
Gives me and my kids something to laugh about or whatever, I'm going to
go ahead.
I'm going to the auction, the online auction house. That auction, I tried to bid on all them sewing machines. I ended up only winning one thing because it ended Thursday night, which is the night of my auction, and that was the night we went to the casino and the seafood buffet and the auction twice. And so I ended up not paying attention. I didn't win any of the sewing machines. All I won was this stupid wooden game board for like $2. I'm like, great. Now I get to drive all the way up there for stupid $2 item. But
yeah, how did your crawdaddy eating experience go?
I ended up not eating it. It reminded me of a June bug. When I was looking at its little feet and stuff, it reminded me of like a June bug, and I was like, And then sucking the brains out of it, that just didn't sound appealing to me.
Oh,
So
that's the best though. But you kind of got to be a crawdads go good with cold beer, hot sauce. So you kind of have to enjoy that. All kind of goes hand in hand, I think. They're bottom feeders. So if you don't like catfish or like other things that are bottom feeder, they're going to taste muddy. You probably wouldn't like them. I love them, but
yeah, maybe next time. My husband did get me to try frog legs that night, though. But I just thought it was kind of bland chicken, kind of what it tasted like to me. But I had my fill of crab, so I was good.
Okay, here's the winner. That's what Valerie said. Where are you going? She's running away now.
So what'd she say?
She said in the chat, okay, here's the winner.
Sorry, I had to close the door because Miss Honey Boo Boo was losing her mind. Probably, I don't know why, but let's see. So looks like Dusty had 122. Tara had 62. She's second. Carol Ann had 49.
Who?
Jim had 41. Cheryl Ann had 49.
Oh.
Jim had 41. There's three of us that had 22.
can we add up the boys against the girls? Just to make up for that point.
No. I thought about it for a minute, but Scott Zoe had 23. He said too bad he couldn't use the 400 some odd from his Amazon.
Of course.
So too bad.
Too bad.
That's
for you, Scott Zolke.
That's pretty good though, Scott, for not being an eBay seller. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So and then there was three that had 22. It was Eric, me, and Julie Barnes had 22.
Awesome.
Nikki had 16. Robin had 15. Margot had Kelly had 10, and Margot had 8. But you know what? At least that's a good thing, because it could have been a whole lot worse.
Oh yeah.
That's what I say. So try harder this week, get some sales, and get some listings done. That I think I actually like the selling better because it's a little you can't control it.
Well, you're selling control by your listing, so doing a listing.
Yeah,
but if you list
true.
a bunch of little smalls that aren't worth anything and they never sell or something like that, or you're asked too high a price for your stuff. The selling challenge is nice because it actually forces you to think about what you're pricing and your listing, how you're doing your listings and everything. So
Right.
So what are we doing this week, Dusty?
I get to pick.
You get to pick.
The winner gets to choose.
What is it?
Hold on. Can I have a moment to think about that?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing that I wanted to add to all this is that, if you want to be included in the contest, I don't have any problem with that. It's exciting. It's great. But if you want your numbers to count, please get them to me because I'm not gonna go to each person and ask. That's too much. So You know, if you can get them to me before the show or even during the show, I'm good with that. Just a little blurb. Just some housekeeping. I ain't your mama.
Does anybody have any Dusty? Maybe somebody can give you some ideas.
Yeah, I don't.
Whoever sells the least.
Jason Bonanno, actually, Jason does a different. He does a totally different format of listing and which works for him. It's something I never thought about, but he sells a totally different type of stuff. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's different. That's why I think, the contests are good, but it's hard to do because everybody's like, I was sitting here thinking, like, what if we did average dollar sale? I mean, then you'd have to add all your stuff up, divide. That would be kind of a pain in the ass for people to figure out. But that's not really fair because everybody sells a different kind of stuff, I don't know. Let me think.
You think about it.
For a while. I don't know. For me, it's been motivating. It's really, honestly, because if it weren't for that, and I like a good challenge,
Sure.
but it's created some new habits for me. Like Eric was saying, I mean, he's definitely even seen it in me. That me coming home and listing and staying on top of my stuff. Like I haven't been in a good habit of that for the last probably 2 years. But I've seen some money from it, and it's nice to have, more income and more breathability, if that's the right word. Especially with a lot of the, we're totally fading away, from Amazon. We're phasing that out. I mean, we're going to be like 10% Amazon, 90% eBay. So there's a loss of income there, though. So I'm having to make up for it. And so this has been perfect for me to jump in and create some new patterns and habits again to try to get our income up. So.
Bye, Felicia.
Thank you, Felicia. My biggest problem is I rearranged my office because it seemed like a good idea to make more space. And now I don't know where anything is. I was cussing Eric for that one the other day.
No, I enjoy having the challenge. There's no, everyone says, well, what's the the prize? I'm sorry, there's no prizes here. But there's bragging rights, and you get to say, I'm the winner. You can put one a little, if you're on the panel, you can put a little princess thing on or a crown on your head if that what's make, but all in all, the more you do, the more sales you're going to get, and that's the bottom line. And that's all I got to say about that.
Is there something to do?
Definitely not a bad thing. And my goal is always to beat Dusty.
Oh. My goal is to figure out where I put light switch plate covers.
I've been sitting here talking to myself. Anyways, as far as being a winner and what do you win, it's like Dusty said, it's motivating. It's making you list more. It's making you listing is making you sell more. So right there makes you a winner, and that's your prize.
Get to pay your bills.
Yep. Get to buy new
And
tires.
all in all, it may, you know, everybody's a winner.
Except for me, because it was like the worst eBay week ever.
But you still sold stuff. That's good. You know, even one item, that's still good. I mean, you know, and you know what it takes. You know what it takes to be able to get more sales.
But I know why I didn't make sales, so I'm not blaming anybody but myself.
Okay, this is good.
Where did Sally run off to? So that's what I've got planned today is I'm going to do some listing. I need to get in and all of my listed stuff, put all that away. And actually what I think I'm going to do is supposed to be like 5 or something. What in the world was that?
Oh,
Oh, there you go.
I just freaking almost broke my hip in the snow.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, my foot went one way and my body went the other.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I was trying to get my packages out. See what I do for my customers. Risk my life going out there.
My mind keeps telling me no, but my body.
That's pretty good.
This is really weird. I'm at the post office. There's like 3 Astro vans, mine included, in the parking lot. Wow.
It's a rally.
Yes, we're a gang.
The convoy. Convoy.
Breaker 19. Rubber ducky.
We can all get our CBs going.
Did you pick yet, Dusty?
I don't know.
He's still thinking about it.
No, I mean, I like the listing thing because that's something that's more. That's something that's more, I think, more fair. Top your last listing by 20. Do what, babe? Whatever you listed in the last listing competition, try to top it by 20.
Oh. That is a good one.
I don't even know what I have for the last one.
I don't either. I like that idea, but I'd have to remember. All right,
I don't think I could do that.
Here is the listing competition. Because this is selfish, I will admit, because this is where I want to be and what habit I want to get into. This is I don't know. Well, we could always tweak the number if y'all think this is too much. Your listing competition is try to list at least, and relists do not count. If you're a drop shipper, they do not count. Multiple items do not count. We are talking about creating listings from scratch, individual listing count. Try to do 20 listings per day. Every day, all 7 days today included. Is that fair?
Yeah.
And you can't miss a day. Even if you have to get tires, even if you have to go to the doctor, even if you're tired after work, Even if your lottery
So it's a daily challenge?
even it's a daily challenge, 20 items per day for 7 days. I mean, that's tough, but I think for me, that's something I want to aspire to. You know what I mean? And that doesn't carry over.
Yeah.
You can't do 40 days one day and go, okay, I'm going to scratch lottery tickets all day tomorrow and take the day off.
Are you talking about me?
That's the most, I love that story. That just the fact that you do that and make money, I think it's freaking awesome. So I'm not making, yes, I'm talking about you, but I'm not really making fun of you. I think it's really cool.
Thank you.
Is that I mean, do you think that's a good challenge? If you think it's stupid, just tell me that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of.
I like it.
I think it's good.
So it'd be 140 for the week, but it's a daily challenge.
But it's a daily challenge. You have to do a minimum of 20 listings every day. And you can't roll one day into the next, and you can't be a drop shipper, and you can't read lists, and don't try to cheat and all that kind of crap. You know what? Cheaters end up in hell. So, you know, if you can live with that, do whatever you got to do.
Amazon doesn't count either.
And Amazon doesn't count because in case you haven't figured this out, this isn't a predominantly Amazon channel.
You know, when I worked full time, I used to list 20 a day, no problem. And now that I'm not working full time, I struggle to get that 20 a day. I don't know what it is. Time management, I don't know. I was a lot more focused then.
And try not to, I mean, it doesn't really count. I mean, whatever. Yeah, I guess it would count. But, you know, like, don't take one of your board games that's missing a piece and take every part out of the list. I mean, but if that counts, if that's the kind of stuff you sell, I'm picking on Jim on that one. You know, I guess that would count. Whatever works for you. I'm just curious to see. I think it'd be a good listing challenge, A. And B, I think I'm curious to see if people go, wow, my sales were through the roof this week. You know, wow, listing. And I think if we get enough people doing that, we'll start to see if there are patterns. You know, of course, you obviously have to be selling relevant items. You could list stuff all day long and never sell an item if you're selling crap.
Right.
But, I don't know.
Well, like I said, back when I was working, I listed 20 a day all the time and just about every day. And I was able to quit my full-time job because I made so much money at that time. But now this year, I've not been working full-time. I just do my eBay, and I'm not as focused, and my sales have suffered because of it. You know, I may have a good day and list 20 today, but then tomorrow I'll only list, I don't feel like it. I'll just list a couple, you know. And yeah, your sales do suffer. I've always been a big believer in you got to list every day, 20 a day at least. But
I think it's a good contest.
I think so too. Give us something to strive for. I guess I better finish my tickets today. Pretty quick. So I can get my 20 listings in.
Nothing. I'm sorry.
What? Nothing? You can't
laugh like
nothing.
It's yours if you want it. Somebody, it's if you want it, it's yours. Oh my. Come read this. Come here. Hold. I'll be right back, and then I'll tell you.
Okay.
That was weird.
Yeah. So yeah, that's going to be a real challenge for me. I know.
You can do it.
I know I could. Might have to lose a little bit of sleep here and there and stop messing around on Netflix and You know, I have stuff that I do that it takes my mind off of things at times, which I need sometimes, but sometimes I just need to focus and say, if I want to do this and I want to get it done, then I need to do it.
Right. Done.
Well, the only reason why I always get so many listings done, I attach to you doing it on my phone because I can list anywhere.
Yeah.
As long as I get my pictures done. Like when I was working full time, I know I said this before, but when I was working full time, it was faster to just jot a bunch of stuff down in a notebook, take my pictures real fast, and then I could list wherever I was at. I just have my little notebook with me, and my pictures were already on my phone. And I just sit there and list. Anytime I was waiting for anybody, if you have a downtime at work or lunch break or whatever. And I mean, I used to make a buttload of money on eBay. I mean, I still make good money on eBay, but I mean, I really did well when I was working full time.
Right.
And it's sad that now that I'm doing eBay full time, I am not making as much as I was when I worked a full time job, which is terrible. You know.
Yeah.
So if you can list mobile, you know, that really helps a lot, I think.
Yeah, I remember I used to do that. You know, I was on my lunch hour and I would, you know, be in my car and I'd take pictures usually the night before and then do my listing off of my pictures and
and like even now, I mean, I have a hard time sitting in one spot. Obviously, you guys see me; I'm always on the go somewhere. So, and I've always got to go run here and run there for people and whatever because you know they think I don't have a real job. Anyways, so when anybody needs anything done, oh, Nikki can do it. She don't have a real job. You know? Anyways, so yeah, doing it mobile, that makes it so that I can still get my stuff done.
Yeah.
You know, otherwise I would never be able to get nothing done. Sitting there watching TV at night, then you can sit there and list, you know, on your mobile. So.
Oh, that's funny.
So if you can learn to list on your phone, it might help you out, Sally.
Well, I can list on my phone, but
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter because I have a computer right here, and what I like to do is I like to make my listing on my computer and then go take my pictures and upload them right to my phone. I have an echo.
Uh-oh.
But that's just how I like to do it. Okay.
I ran my business for 3-4 years on a Windows phone, a horrible phone, and now that I've got my Samsung Galaxy phone, it's a lot better and easier to list with that. List a lot faster.
That's what I was laughing about. I'm sorry. It's just
that is funny.
So one of our wonderful viewers came along in one of our past videos, and Tristan and I think we opened the video with quoting Christmas Vacation, and I was going, Bethany, you couldn't hear a dump truck going through a nitroglycerin plant. And somebody commented on the video and said, I love your name, Bethany. I've always loved that name. And I think they thought that her name was Bethany. And it just struck me as humorous because I never thought about it. Oh, but thank you for the comment, whoever you are. But her name was not.
That's funny. Her name's not Bethany. It's Tristan.
I don't know that I knew a Bethany
In high school.
probably or junior high, maybe. I haven't known any Bethany's in years.
The other day, I had put a yearbook that was from this town on the Facebook yard sale site, and there was this guy that messaged me, and he said, "Can I see a picture of it?" And so I gave him a picture. And when he messaged me, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna look him up and see if he's in here." And so I responded to him, "Yep, you're in here. You're a senior in here, or whatever. I looked you up." And he goes, "Yep, that's the year I graduated." It was like, okay, yep. Yep, you were a senior, and that's when you graduated. I don't know. You just had to be there, I guess. It was kind of stupid.
I thought it was funny.
Uh-huh. I see your face.
I was reading something.
Okay. I just feel dumb now. I'm a dork. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Come on, Valerie, help me out. Oh.
Be here all week. Yeah, I like, I don't know. I don't really like listing from my phone because my eyes are bad, and it's kind of a pain in the ass for me. But I like taking pictures with my phone and then just uploading them to eBay like that more than I do like using a camera or anything.
You don't get all the options when you list from your phone that you get from your computer either.
You do get a lot.
You get a lot, but you don't get
I
everything.
do.
You don't see everything necessarily the same way you see it on the computer, so it's easier to make mistakes too, unless you're very used to it. I know we were talking with another reseller who's having all kinds of trouble with their shipping, and it's because they list from their phone. And they weren't seeing everything. And so once they got on the computer and they could see the differences, they're like, oh, I see where I'm making my mistakes. So you got to be careful when you list from your phone.
Oh, Snoopy, get out of here. Ow, I hurt my foot.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know there's a lot of people that do it way different than me, but that's what works for me, I see.
That's the only way I've listed for like the last 3-4 years. That's always worked good for me, but it doesn't always work for everybody, you know. We all have our own styles.
Does it still put that little blurb in there about uploaded from eBay Mobile?
No, I've never seen it.
I think so.
I've never seen that.
Always did that online. Maybe it just didn't like me.
Well, different phones have like a different style app too. I mean, like when I was listing on my Windows phone, that app was horrible. I mean, it was slow. It was I didn't have as many options on that app as I do on the Samsung Galaxy app. And ever since I've had the Samsung Galaxy now for what is it, about a year and a half now. If I have a problem with the app, if I notice a problem with the app, I email the app people, whatever you call them, the developers, and boom, it's like within a few days it's fixed. So they're a lot quicker on that stuff too. Is it my van?
I don't know.
Is it better now?
It stopped. Yeah, it stopped.
So maybe that's why.
Oh.
But yeah, now that I've had the Samsung Galaxy app, it's not as bad now. It's a lot easier, a lot faster too.
Yeah. You had 4 sales this week, Larry?
I tried it too.
That's better than 0.
It's very good.
Did you list it all?
Is it IndyCar like the same
No.
I'm cleaning out my wallet to make room for all the monies I'm going to make this week when I list 20 a day.
Yeah. Ditto. And I'm going to be hurting tomorrow. I can already feel like a bruise.
Well, and you know they have that there. Decorated it.
She saw the pictures. If the pictures, probably what's sitting up next to it. They'll probably be in the next one.
No.
Let's see.
Excuse me.
Hi, Jason.
Hi, Banana.
Hey, what's going on, everyone?
Sexy girlfriend.
Oh my. Look at all these ladies in the house.
Are you working today?
Yeah. I woke up extremely late and I'm about to leave soon to go to the warehouse to ship some packages. So I just logged in to, brighten your day for a few minutes
Awesome.
and find out who won.
So how many sales did you have last week?
I know Dusty is so far ahead of me that I didn't even bother to take the time to count.
Yes, but you could be beating other people, you know.
That is true. You know what? If you give me 2 minutes, I will look. Just for you, Eric.
All right.
Let's see.
Craig put that he had not a good quantity weekend, but great money weekend. So that's still good. And Larry said Jason kicked my butt this week.
What, is Larry watching me?
Yep.
Don't fill them.
It's like that old 80s song, Somebody's watching me.
I feel like me.
What are the dates? 23rd, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Does today count? Or
Yeah. Well, till this morning. Like at
All right.
9 o'clock this morning or whatever.
okay.
Oh, sexy girlfriend.
Here's my bitch.
Oh man. So you probably just got excluded from the new challenge too, because I know your style of listing is totally different.
What's the new challenge? I didn't hear.
The new challenge is to just to kind of see if it helps people with their sales and things like that, to list at least 20 items every day for 7 days straight, including today.
Oh, come on, man.
And obviously that will
You can still do it. You could still do it.
So you have to average 20 items a day? Or do you
Nope,
have to do
nope.
every day?
20 new, individually hand-created listings every day.
Trying to help you out there, Jason. Sorry.
I know, this totally blows, man. Just when I thought I might win one for this week.
Can't you do catalogs or something small?
Yeah,
Like
but I'm
every
not
day?
going to space them out 20 a day.
But you have to do
Why not?
I want to put all, it's
Maybe
225.
maybe it'll be something. Maybe it'll be something different for you.
I don't
like,
like change.
Oh
This is
my
to
god!
test a theory. Not that Jason has any problems with sales, but this is to test a theory. Because I was saying before you came on, your business model is different, and it worked for you. But you also sell a totally different type of industrial equipment. So it's to test a theory to see if daily listing, daily activity improves sales. And we get enough people doing it, then there's going to be.
And remember
some
last
data.
week when all your auctions went off and you were so excited because you made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Just think if you list, hey, King Rat, I don't want to hear it. I backslid, okay? I'm human.
Just remember, Jason, on Saturday, when you're shipping 79 items, you still got to list your 20.
Thanks, Eric. What were you saying, Sally?
Oh, King Rat, he was talking crap to me in the chat.
No, you were saying.
Anyways, but no, whenever you list every single day, then look, I bet you that your sales are going to be so much better by like your auction when all your auctions go off.
Oh yeah, I mean, even now when I put all the auctions up last night, actually one item that's been in my store for over 30 days that was a fairly high ticket item, I didn't lower the price on it, and as soon as those auctions went up, within a few hours, the item sold. So obviously those auctions pretty much attracted attention to other stuff in my store, and I sold I think 2 or 3 other things. So there's definitely metrics at play, of course, but I don't want to sell everything all at once either. Let's just space things out.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that means I'll be shipping like every day.
Oh, poor baby.
Wow. I told you that probably would exclude you because you do a different style and that works more for you and the type of stuff you're selling. But
maybe that could be one of our challenges in the future is to list like Jason does.
It'd be like an Orson Welles event. People start jumping off buildings. I can't take it anymore.
Yeah, we'll all save up and dump 200 auctions, all ending on a set Friday night, so that we have all weekend to ship everything.
It's a good strategy.
What is Jason's listing? I don't know that.
I'm the world's largest Beanie Baby lister.
You shouldn't lie to people like that.
He knows what I sell.
Jason likes to play with tools.
I know what you sell. I just was wondering if the way how are they saying that you're not able to do it this way? What, do you do all yours on one day or what?
Well, no, I
what
mean,
I mean.
I always do auctions first. So if I did 20 a day, I'd have every single day the following week, like 20 items would be sold. And then I'd be like shipping like every day. So I don't know. It's just, it'd be more annoying to me. I like I'm sorry, go ahead, Dustin.
He spends 59 days creating drafts, and then at the end of those 59 days, God rested. Was it on the 7th day? God rested.
There's Echo again.
Well, then do the 20 a day, do your drafts, and then just put 20 a day up.
Well, yeah, that would be the same effect, though.
We're not making exceptions for you. I'm just going to have to go ahead and clarify that right now, mister.
It's okay. I'll suffer.
What's this? Who's this?
No idea.
King Rat said, Dusty, where do you get your boxes for first class? I actually got them off of eBay, thanks to Eric pointing them out to me. And I was going to give you an item number, but I can't post anything in there because I'm not allowed to. They were sold by The Boxery, all one word, THEBOXERY. That's their eBay seller name. They still are available. It's 100 6x4x4s for $19.29, free shipping. And they will come in one giant bundle, like that thing that shrink wrapped there. And they arrived just fine, and they're actually pretty thick boxes. Eric found them.
Yeah, I love them. They work great.
I can actually put the item number in the side chat. Hold on. For those watching afterwards and not catching the live broadcast, the item number is 221-425-199919. Operators are standing by now.
I think it was a promotion from Chevy.
Yeah, I think you got him.
Was that why?
I think you had to buy like some kind of car or something, and they gave you one.
Maybe you had to buy the Monza.
Monza or Corvette. I would suspect it was something more expensive than the Monza.
Oh, I don't think she's talking to us.
That's awkward. I thought she was talking to us, and I was laughing at what she said. Thinking
No.
it was about us.
What happened to the go-kart?
Dumbass.
Was that for me or was that for him?
Oh,
Well, I know she's definitely not talking to me.
no.
You gotta be a little more specific here.
I'm listing this Rupp Monza body, and I was just looking up on Google. It was like they gave them away. They were a promotional giveaway, and so we were reading the thing, and then my husband goes, "I wonder who took the go-kart out from underneath it," and I did say dumbass. But anyway, sorry.
We thought you were talking to Jason. It's fine.
No, I'm talking to myself.
Like I said, you got to be a little bit more specific in this group.
You got to tell us which dumbass and which of it you're talking about.
My husband said, "Why did everybody assume it was Jason?"
Because he's fun to pick on.
I even know why.
Because the funnest person to pick on that takes it the best gets the brunt of all the jokes. It's usually a toss-up between, well, Jim, if Jim's here. Jim, Jason, me, and Sally, maybe. I don't know. I picked on everybody, but, well, okay, never mind. I don't even know what I'm saying now.
Yep.
I'm going to do a storage unit auction this week.
I want to do a storage unit auction in my life.
And when?
I've never been to one.
Sally?
Huh?
Where are you going to put everything?
I have a garage.
That's not full?
No.
You need a burn pile. You gotta live in the country and have a burn pile. This was the last one we bought for you. Just take it with the trailer right out to the burn pile whenever you on a burn pad.
And if you're semi-country, you get a 55-gallon drum and cut holes in the bottom of it, and you have a burned barrel.
I have a bottom of a drum that's in my yard that I can burn in.
Yeah, stuff like the mattresses and
I can burn anything I want.
Oh, that's good.
Just if the fire department shows up, you got to have a grill plate to throw on it.
A little pack of hot dogs of a mattress.
A pack of hot dogs, and Sally's like, we were just cooking some wings over this old moldy mattress.
What's all this gasoline for?
Don't you like some diesel fuel on your wiener? Oh, that came out wrong.
Holy smokes. Yeah, they don't do that very often, only if they're bored or whatever. And they're not usually bored.
Look at Nikki's camera. She left the van and the dog keeps hopping up into the video every once in a while. Look, he's in here.
Good boy.
Oh.
Hi, doggy.
That dog smoking a cigarette?
Oh, his little ears floppy. Cha-ching. That dog's lucky. Blackberry Thistle Tea said, if you are new with limited listings, what would you list first? Cheap items or what? I would pick out your winners. That's just me. I would pick out, anything that that you can sell.
You
And
want
list
to pick out
that.
things that are going to move, though.
I would do the same thing.
It's got to be something that's going to sell and sell fairly quickly because you want to get feedback going in. You want to be able. That's how you build your account up. So
Yeah.
you want to have something that's a good item that's going to sell, so that eBay sees the fact that you sold, you met all your requirements, and the customer gave you good feedback. That's how you build your. At the end of 30 days, when you can call ask for more listings, they need to see some sort of something that makes them feel good about increasing the listings.
I don't think I would avoid anything risky. Don't sell cable modems or Wi-Fi routers. And the reason I say those are risky is because people don't know how to hook them up. I wouldn't sell anything that could potentially come back to you. Me personally, if your goal is to get those listings, those listing limits were lifted, good God, I can't find more. I personally I wouldn't do clothing. That's just me. I'd do something bulletproof. Make sure you max out those listings. So, like Eric said, when you call, eBay says, see that you're doing everything right, and you want to call every 30 days. Mark it down on your calendar. Call every 30 days.
Make sure you have at least half listed.
Make sure that you've maxed out. I always tell people try to max them out.
Right.
So when you call, that they go, well, why do you need more list? I mean, if you can see it right there. Well, I maxed out and I've got all this stuff sitting there to sell. So you have a good response to their, why should we give you more listings? Why do you need it? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I was very limited. I got basically put on suspension or whatever you want to call it because of my returns. And when I was new, and I had to build myself back up to, you know, be able to sell more and stuff. And I would call every 30 days, and they would always give me more listings if I had at least half of my listings fulfilled, and if I didn't have any more returns or anything like that. But I would do what you say, you know, max them out, and you know, if you can, max them out.
And if you have some stuff you don't mind selling at 99-cent auction, it's a way to get some sales rolling in as well. So if you get, I don't know, if you start out, you get what, 10 listings a month to start?
5.
Is it 5?
I started a second account and they started it with 5.
God.
And then they hold your money for like, I don't know. If you have
They
a
hold
bigger
it to you 3 weeks until you get feedback. So
They hold your
It's
money
like 21 days or something.
No, they
14.
hold your money for 90 days. Actually, it's 3 days after the customer receives it. On the 4th day, they will release your money.
yeah. And if they give it feedback, they'll release it faster. So.
And then you have 3 requirements that you have to make in order for them not to hold your money. You have to have at least $250 in sales within 90 days. You have to have let's see, I think it's over 100 listings. Something like that. And then you have
It's just a process you got to go through. Every one of us went through it.
yeah, it is a process.
For the most part.
It is a process.
But it usually grows pretty quickly. I mean, it tends to, like, you know, if you have 5 listings, they might raise you to 10 or 20. And then the next time they might raise you to 50. And then they might raise you to 100. And then from there, they'll go to like 500. I mean, it grows pretty quickly. But in order to grow an account to where most people need to be comfortable on how many items they could list, I mean, it's going to take 5 or 6 months. I would say maybe not that long.
And ideally, that's when you're actually learning how eBay works anyway and how to do the shipping and all that. So it doesn't really hurt you. You're probably better off not having a huge amount of listings to get lost in.
Well, hell.
Well, I got to take off, guys. I got to get to the shop.
All right, see you later, Jason.
See you guys.
See you later, pony boy.
You're supposed to say stay golden.
Stay golden, pony
Stay
boy.
gold. Not golden, stay gold, pony boy.
Stay gold. Sorry, my bad.
Bye,
All right,
soda
so
pop.
whatever.
Nice little talk. Go team. Rah, rah, rah. Wow, on that Bugs Bunny camera, I came in at exactly, because I'm going to have to telescope a first class box. I'm not comfortable with a poly bag on that. I came in at 15.4 ounces.
For what was that?
That Bugs Bunny camera. Remember that I took the offer on. I counter offered for a little bit higher because it was going to Alaska just in case it ended up having to go priority, which I could have reached behind me and grabbed it and probably weighed it, but that would have been way too easy.
Yeah.
So 20. I mean, I think 20 is too high. I mean, I don't like goals that are so big that they frustrate you because you can't get anywhere near them. I mean, even if you're the slowest lister in the world and you work another part-time job or full-time job. I mean, if you can, let's say you could only devote 4 hours. I mean, that's only 5 listings an hour. If it's taking you longer than 12 minutes per listing, you're either selling industrial equipment or you're selling the wrong kind of stuff. I just don't see how it could take that long. I mean, how long do y'all think it takes y'all on average just for, I mean, I know clothing takes a little longer. I mean, there's some things.
Clothing doesn't take any longer to list. It takes longer to photo. That's where your time is spent in clothing, getting the photos right. But listing, I mean, it's not that much different. I mean, you have to add a couple more item specifics for measurements, but that's it.
Right.
$20 is a little aggressive.
Sorry. Do what?
I think 20 might be a little aggressive if you have a part-time job or a full-time job. But it's not out of control. It's just a little aggressive. If you think about if you're at work
it's totally
for 8 hours,
doable.
well, if you work for 8 hours a day, so you got a half-hour drive, so you got 9 hours of your day taken care of there. You've got family to take care of, so that takes care of some of your day as well. So I mean, but if you're dedicated, you should be able to get 20 a day. It's just a little aggressive. I'm not saying it's terribly aggressive or anything like that, but it's a goal. So you want to set it for just a little bit higher than you think you can do.
Well, I work I work 9.5, 10 hours a day. So I only have so much time in the morning, but I do have time in the morning to do stuff like that, to list and take pictures. So it's totally doable. And I know it. It's just, doing it.
Yep.
You have to put your head in the right place. Is that a way to say that?
Yeah.
Head out of the right place. I mean,
they're commenting in the side chat. I don't know if y'all already said this, but yeah, if you buy stuff from China, you're going to start out with 0 feedback on a new account. Most Chinese sellers, the minute you pay, they automatically leave you positive feedback. I'm just saying, if you happen to need some iPhone cords for around your house, if you happen to need a jeweler's loop, these are always really good to have, to keep one in the car and one on your keychain and one on your desk and whatever, for little individual purchases. That helps not have that 0 next to your name. Yeah. Is it going to show up as seller feedback? No, but I mean, who really ever goes in unless they're really, really researching an item and clicks to see what the difference is? That's not going to help you with eBay. They know the difference, but to look better on your page, there's a lot of 99 cents or even under 99 cent items out there you can buy that you could use in your everyday life. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. I like the person that buys an item and then goes, "Do you have any more of this item?" And it was like 2 days ago, and I'm like, "Or this type of item with some flour sacks." I'm like, "Sure," and because I'm interested in more. And it was like, with me thinking, okay, I would probably take a lower offer if you're going to buy several of them because I can ship them all together. And then 2 days later, I need to ship the one item out, and I haven't heard anything from them. So it's like, well, you kind of lost your opportunity on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, well, not my problem. I had an international buyer buy an item yesterday, and then he said he couldn't check out and pay. He was from Germany, so I didn't understand like half of what he was saying. It was like broken English, but it was like, could not pay item, will not let me check out, something about canceling. So I'm like, okay, no problem. So, and it's an item that'll sell. Somebody else will buy it fairly quickly. It's not like I have to have that buyer, and it wasn't expensive anyhow. So I went in and canceled the thing, and he accepted the cancellation or whatever. Actually, I think it went through automatically. And then he's like, "I'll PayPal you directly and you ship it." And I'm like, "No, that's why I only use global shipping, and it's already been canceled." And I just went ahead and added in my blocked bidders list. He can go buy it from somebody else, just so I wouldn't accidentally accept an offer from him later on down the road, not realizing it was him. I mean, I hate it. I think it was
when I first started doing. Sorry.
It was an army item that had the word coin in the title, and I'm thinking that maybe Global Shipping looked at that and thought it was an actual coin, which is probably one of those items you can't do through Global Shipping, I would imagine. Don't know that for positive, but that'd be my guess. There's a lot of business and industrial stuff that Global Shipping won't take, and so it probably got kicked out because of that. But I hate it for him, but it's really not my problem either.
It seemed like right as soon as I started doing GSP on everything, I had so many freaking people message me, hey, will you do this deal off eBay? Will you, can I buy the item and you just ship it to me? Like, no, that's why I started doing GSP, is because I don't want to worry about stuff like that.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. I'm down to 18 items. I got my shipper, packer, helper in the other room now. Shipper, packer, helper. I don't know. I think it's like anything else, even if you're new starting out, don't take my word for it. Try different things. Don't take any of our word for anything necessarily. Just figure out what works for you, and you find something that's working. I mean, listen to other people's advice, but I wouldn't necessarily chase trying to do what other people are doing if you've got something that's working for you. Don't feel like you're doing it wrong. If it's working, you're not doing it wrong,
Yeah.
I think I see too many people that try to get into this business and try to, don't know where to start. Just start by trying different things. But if you find something that works, chase it.
Well, that's like this spring. My husband's going to build me that building finally, and I put on Facebook yesterday that, show me some pictures of what you guys have, just because I got an idea of the way I want it, but I'd like to see other people the way they do it, just for ideas. Sometimes you can learn from other people, but I know a system's going to work for me, but sometimes people might have a better system in place that I'd like to get ideas from.
Right.
Exactly.
That doesn't mean I'm going to go and do it the way Dusty does it. It's just, he might have one part of his where it's like, oh, that's a good idea. But yeah, too many people just want to copy what everybody else is doing because they see it's working for that person. So they want to do it exactly like the other person, but that may not work for them.
Right.
If we all did it the same way, it wouldn't work.
Am I the only person that's not getting any push notifications on their eBay app on iPhone platform?
You have to keep reinstalling that, don't you?
I keep reinstalling it. I've rebooted my phone. I've checked for updates to the app, and it's the latest version. And I mean, the thing that's frustrating, I don't care. The cha-chings are a good motivator, definitely a good motivator. But the thing that's frustrating me is like that offer that I got last night. They made 4 minutes before the item ended. Had it come through on my phone, I would have known. I would have known about it and probably could have caught it and accepted it. Know what I mean, Vern?
Yep.
I would email the click the support button on your app and email the problem to the developer. Like I said, I always have. If I have an issue with the app, I email them and I see a difference in the app in like a couple of days.
And what I'll usually do is I'll usually uninstall it and then reinstall it.
Yeah, that works, but I've done that like 4 times in the last 4 days, and it's starting to get old now.
Huh. It was funny. I called. That happened once when I was new, and I couldn't figure out. And like you said, it was a great motivator for me. And so I called eBay on it, and they had no idea what I was talking about. I mean, they didn't have a clue about what I was, they didn't know anything about the cha-ching, and they probably thought I was a complete nut, which, that goes without saying. But so, then I started, looking into groups and asking questions and all about it. And I can't remember what I did to get it back, but I think it was something. It had to do something with the notifications in the app itself. And so I went in there and changed it and into the settings, I believe. So, because I like to hear that. If I hear that, that's a motivating thing for me. Silver Stacker said he has 45 items to relist, and he has a basic store. Once he relists those, he's just going to be out of listings. Out of free listings. Should he wait for the first?
Doesn't mind waiting.
Go ahead.
I don't believe in waiting for listings. I mean, I guess it depends on what you're selling. If you're broke, then yeah, I guess you might need to. But I don't. Silver Hair Stacker doesn't strike me as the person that's broke. You're talking about maximum $4.50.
Right.
Could you make $4.50 off of in 2 days? I mean, 48 hours from now. Yeah, you could. I know you could. I don't wait.
Yeah,
I don't wait on free listings. If it's not listed, it's not going to sell.
Right. And I do the same thing. I was even considering, instead of paying, I was thinking about going to the Anchor store, but it wasn't. It's such a big jump from $50 to the $300. It just wasn't worth it, and I wasn't up to that point yet. So
now I will say for the subscription final. I will say, and this is something that doesn't get covered a whole lot, and I'm trying to find it, but and I should have probably not started that sentence before I did. I will say this, and Silver Hair Stacker probably already knew it, and now I can't find it. There's some categories that with a store subscription that you get. I've heard people say, "Oh, I don't want a store subscription. There's no reason for me to have one." Like Silver Hair Stacker, if he's selling coins, is coins one of the categories, Eric, that gives you a final?
Coin was actually the best category to sell in because you only pay like a 5% fee for that.
Yeah, I'm trying to find.
It was in the eBay fee calculator. Was it the eBay fee calculator?
Yeah, it was some random website that had an eBay fee calculator. But I was trying to find it actually on the.
In the just look up eBay store subscription on Google.
I am, but their back end is so stupid I can't find anything on it. Fees are different for motor vehicles, real estate, select business and industrial categories, classified ads. Hold on, somewhere in here there's the listing of the categories and what percent. Stupid. Here we go. Basic. Yeah, lower final value fees. With any store subscription, your fees can go down to 4%. Okay, here it is. Select wait for your printer to stop. Select computers, tablets, and networking, video game consoles, heavy equipment, concession trailers and carts, imaging and aesthetics equipment, and commercial printing presses. All with, if you have any of the 4 levels of store, you get 4% final value fees. 6% would be select consumer electronics, select cameras and photos, coins and paper money, and stamps. So if he's selling, yeah, you said 20 cents a piece on listing fees. That's basic store. I have the medium, so it's only 10 for fixed price. So you save 4% right there on your final value fees. No, wait a minute. For the store subscription, it's 9. So if you have 6, you save 3%. But if you're selling like maybe silver hair stackeries, if you're selling some high dollar bullion, coins, something like that, I mean, you sell a $1,000 coin at 3%. That's $30 bucks in fees right there alone.
Which pays for a level of a store.
Musical instruments and gear drops to 7% final value fee. Select eBay Motors parts and accessories and automotive tools and supplies drops to 8%, so that saves you 1%. That's something that doesn't get brought up very often. I don't think people realize it. But that could be a pretty big savings depending on what you're selling, you know.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Let's see if I can do this without cutting off my leg.
Who was that, me? Who was that?
Who was what?
Not me. I heard it cha-ching.
Wasn't me.
Wasn't me. Mine don't work.
No. That was me. It wasn't a sale. I'm listing some parts. I think I planked the metal together.
I was like, what was that? That's right.
This. Well, I think I planked some handles together.
Hey, my replacement bubble wrap will be here today.
Replacement bubble wrap? Did something happen to your other bubble wrap?
Well, I ordered bubble wrap on Amazon. I ordered 250 feet. I got 125 feet in. And Amazon, in their great wisdom, wants the 125 feet returned so they can send me the 250 feet.
Did you get on chat with them? Because that was my suggestion. Get on chat with them and be like, how does that make sense?
I sent them a message and I never heard back from them. So I didn't get on chat, but I sent them the message and I'm like, this is like the most asinine thing I think I've ever had to do with Amazon. But that's what they want. That's fine. I mean, I haven't needed any of that other half inch, so. Well, luckily they responded fairly quickly.
Do not bend. I'm down to 15. I got half of them done.
Woohoo.
Possibly. for cold or light? The unit is always like no, it's cast. No. Yeah, and that top.
Jumping home.
Hey Tara, are you supposed to get any of that snow we're supposed to get today, 3 to 5 inches?
Probably. Not really. I'm kind of ready for spring.
I know. We need more snow though.
It isn't the snow. It's we're gonna get this cold weather again, you know. And I kind of liked it when it was up in the 40s.
Yeah.
I got this building I want to list for sale, you know, like in March or so. So I would like to wrap up some stuff, just organizing some stuff there. So, and when it's real cold, it's hard to stand out there and do that stuff.
But Nikki, instead of you having your husband build a building, why don't you just buy Tara's building?
Because I'm too far away.
Ah,
How far away?
she doesn't mind driving.
I'd be like 3.5 hours from her.
Drop in the hat.
It's big. It's 13,000 square feet.
How many?
13,000.
Oh, that ain't gonna fit on a rollback.
I don't think that's going to fit all of Nikki's stuff either. I think that would
I'm thinking like storage shit on a rollback. I'm like, no, that ain't working.
No, it's a commercial steel building with like, it's not a pole barn. It's got those steel girders, you know, that go up.
Why are you getting rid of that?
Because I want to move somewhere a little warmer.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. Don't blame you on that one.
Well, here for the last 2 years, I've been collecting building materials, everything my husband said I needed for my building, and for free or almost free. And the only thing I really need is windows. And now he's decided that he might just buy a kit, make it easier.
What are you putting up, a pole barn, or are you putting up like a garage style? Are you gonna put like 11 siding on, or are you gonna use metal siding?
Yeah, just like a garage style building. It's going to be well, we're deciding on the size, cuz he was going to do 20 by 30, but now he's thinking even a little bigger.
Yeah. No, well, yeah, you can get like the Menards kit, but because I thought about like if I get this property sold up here and move, I would like to build like a big building. And if I had a pick in my head, I'd probably like to build something that'd be like 30 by like 60. Then I figure you could put like a garage in the back of it. Like if you come home from the you have like a cooled area or whatever that you could dump your stuff off in to sort it, and then have an office up in the front where you work in.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's going to be my whole operations are going to be in there, storage and everything. So he's thinking he might get a little bigger one.
Are you gonna make a place inside of it where you can sit inside the warehouse in your van?
No.
Because it won't be the same if you don't.
I know. Maybe I'll have to take one of my captain's chairs out of my van and put it in there. Still looks the same.
All you got to do is instead of having you inside her van, she just has to put a steering wheel right over her camera, and it doesn't matter. We're going to think she's in her van no matter what.
I can get my little Mario Kart steering wheel and put it in there. I told him as soon as the ground is ready for a building, that sucker is going up, or I'm hiring somebody to do it. I've had enough waiting. It is going up this spring no matter what. I said, I don't care if you have like one leg hanging off or Anything. I do not care what list my dad has for you to do. It is getting done.
No.
It's been 2 years coming, and I'm done waiting.
Mm. Yeah, Nikki, my husband was saying that, like, if you get a kit from Menards, they'll work with you in price adjusting that kit. Like you said, you already have some of the building supplies already. Like if you have like service doors or stuff like that, they'll take that off of the kit, so then it's less money.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. He was looking actually at those VersaTube kits.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen those on Facebook.
Yeah, he was kind of looking at those. He's thinking, so I don't know. We'll see. I said, I don't care what you build me, just build me a damn building that I'll have heat and electricity and everything in. And
yeah,
he said, you worry about the building part of it, I'll worry about the rest. Just get it done, and then just get my shelves done because he'll build all my shelves too.
Yeah.
So I won't have any weight restrictions on any of my shelves or anything. I won't have to worry about nothing. It'll just be. I've got one shelf in the storage shed, and I've got 2 shelves made out of pallet racking in my garage, 2 or 3 shelves. So I've already got quite a few shelving already, but.
Yeah, I got that big thing, and then I have another smaller, like maybe 4,000 or 5,000 square foot pole barn, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have any heated work area out there. Well, I do have an office that has electric heat, but the problem is, yeah, I sold a different piece of property, and I moved some furniture I wanted to keep, so I put it in there to store it. My husband's got like his pinball machines in there, that kind of stuff. So I got no room there to work anymore.
Well, my husband is going to be doing his part of his own business, so he might keep the pallet racking in there, in the garage for himself. But yeah, he's going to build all new shelves for me, and then it'll be really nice to just have my own space. I won't have, and then he won't be complaining about his damn garage anymore or nothing. It'll be so nice. Because he's a garage guy. He loves his garage, you know, and he's put up with me for about 4 years now. I've had his garage with just one little path going through it that you can't even walk normal through that path. You know, it's like a sobriety test when you're going through that path.
Yeah, my stuff used to be real nice and neat till I married my husband, and then he likes all this big stuff, and then it takes over my area. You know, it's boats, vehicles, you know, arcade, all this big stuff, and it takes over all my stuff.
Well, in my defense, my brother's iron worker, when he passed away, that was put in there, and that's still in there. And there's a couple of tractors and stuff that need to be fixed up in there. So in my defense, I don't have the whole garage.
Yeah.
No, but you have how many storage units?
Huh?
How many storage units do you have, Nikki?
I only have one.
Oh, that's it. Because you could have the whole garage if you just got rid of your storage unit.
I have a 10 by 20 storage unit. And that was full all the way to the ceiling and all the way to the door. And I've really cleaned it out a lot this last summer. So I'm actually doing pretty good. And I was going to move over to a different storage unit so that I could have rummage sales there. But now that I'm getting my building, there's really no reason to have another storage unit. So, and then get rid of the storage unit that I already have. But now that I'm getting my building, I'm just gonna not even do rummage sales anymore and just do auctions. Just bring my stuff back to the auction and it'll get sold, and then I can just use it for credit for the next auction, you know.
I just took an offer on those. I bought a bunch of vintage eyeglasses at the auction Friday night, and I had to pay up for them. I paid $150 for 31 pairs. I've got some I haven't listed. I guess I can show them. These are the more boring ones, but they're all like 1800s.
Nice.
Yeah, these are the broken ones, but
which one did you take an offer on?
just a silver-ish pair. Not those really cool funky green ones, but I paid $150 for all of them, but I just got an offer for $100 for one pair. I only listed about 6 pairs. I got an offer for $100, so that paid for 2/3 of the lot. I'd set myself a limit on how high I was going to bid, and then the more I got to thinking about it, and usually I'm pretty good at sticking to it, the guy was starting to slow down on his bidding. You know, even if I win $150, that's $5 a pair. I mean, I know I can pull that out of them. I mean, without any problem. And there was 1 or 2 pairs in there that looked really unusual that I felt like would bring potentially really good. So, pretty stoked about that.
That's cool.
It was fun. I don't know if I'd go back. I mean, it wasn't a bad auction. It was more of a time killer than anything, but it was one I had never been to, and I wanted to check it out. And it was a nice way to spend a Friday night. Tristan wasn't feeling good, so I didn't have anything better to do anyhow. Snack bar was overrated. I was told the snack bar was good. It sucked because it lady burned her freaking chicken. She's like, I said, your chicken fingers any good? She said, oh, honey, I'm doing them different this week. I did real chicken breasts and breaded them myself and pulled out this gallon Ziploc bag, and I was like, oh, those look good. And then she drops them in the fryer to the point where they're so tough you can't even chew them. I'm like, all righty. But I didn't have the heart to say anything to her. She's like, how are they? I was like,
an all right option. On the pictures, that looked like an all right option.
Do what?
I said that looked like an all right auction on those pictures you showed on Friday.
It was good. It was a lot of smalls and a lot of glassware, which neither one of those are really my thing right now. I was more on like a home run hunt where I'm at right now with all the inventory I have. So I mean, it wasn't bad for that. I mean, if you were into Fenton glass, I mean, if that's your thing, yeah, if you were into Fenton, that would be awesome. You'd love it. So, because there was a ton of that, and the little old ladies ate that stuff up. I'm walking in circles. It was a lot of dishes. I'm just not really a China person.
I don't do a lot of dishes.
If you had an antique booth, it was definitely, I mean, you could have scored some really nice pieces of furniture, mostly dressers and china cabinets, which, I mean, I don't know if those would have been an easy sell or not because it's not like the rest of the matching furniture was there with them. The antique dressers probably would have sold okay, but I don't know. I'd probably go back, just kill it Friday night, but I really don't know what to box this now.
There's an auction tonight at the one auction house of the people I don't like. So I don't know if I'm gonna go. Guy's a douche.
Yeah, I got one tomorrow night, and I wasn't gonna go, but then they do have a couple things in there that are okay. So I don't know, maybe I'll go.
The thing is that this one, even though the guy's a jerk, he's really fast, and he doesn't try to get every buck out of everybody. So he's like, so you can get stuff for really, really cheap there, but I You know, you can get whole tables full of stuff for like $3 or less, you know.
Yeah.
But
I go to these
good
here in
stuff.
the winter, and it's a lot of, they'll do some choice or box lots, but it's a lot of single things. They auction off one item at a time.
Well, that's this one. They do everything, almost all things single, but when they get down to the little stuff that really they don't think is worth much, then they do whole tables full of stuff. And I usually do pretty good on those tables, but
Yeah.
I just hate giving the guy my money because he's such a jerk. But I always make good money off the stuff I get at his auctions, so.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of some of the stuff that was at that auction. It was like burlap feed sacks and stuff, which I've listed recently. And most of those, unless they just have amazing graphics, which these didn't, I mean, you're going to get, on a good day, $15 a piece shipped, $15 to $20. And I mean, and they were going for $5 to $7.50.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there looking, I'm like, I just can't see myself dragging home more burlap sacks to have to list them to really not, you know, lay them out on the floor because those are too big for my picture taking area. Take the measurements, all that. I'm like, the risk versus the reward just wasn't there on a lot of it, you know?
No.
Like I needed the eyeglasses that were the home run, you know, where there's one pair that's worth $300 potentially, and there's a couple $150 pairs, you know, the bigger home run stuff. So, but it was fun. I mean, it was just interesting to watch. Wasn't a lot of tools, which is always good because I can't stand that where it's like the old man auction. It's all tool stuff.
Yeah.
Tools just aren't really my thing, and they're never usually around here. They're never usually spectacular. It's like just crappy tools or whatever. I mean, a lot of your typical, like at any auction, you know, we got a cast iron. All right, we got a cast iron piggy bank, and of course it's a reproduction, you know, and they bid it up some crazy stupid amount. And it's like, I should be selling cast iron piggy banks at this auction if they're bringing that kind of money.
Yeah.
I'm working on the next one. You quit your griping and your belly aching, or I'll hire somebody else. She's like, oh, please. Oh.
This one auction I went to on Thursday night, the normal auction that I go to, he was selling these shelves that looked, well, when I looked at them, they reminded me of nesting boxes for chickens, but they're actually shelves that you put in your house. There's like these cube things. Well, anyways, these shelves for just like three that were attached to each other. And he was getting like $60-$70 for these. And I told my husband, I says, you need to go home and make a whole bunch of shelves that look like nesting boxes for chickens. We're bringing them next week to the auction. I said, you need to get on that. I couldn't believe what they were bringing. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
And like I said, when I first saw them, I thought they were just nesting boxes. But I guess there's some kind of, pocket shelf or something they're called. But, yeah. I couldn't believe what the women were paying for them.
They had some of the wooden egg boxes, you know, like the old timey ones that have the layers of like, I don't know, 18 or whatever they hold in each one. You know, the boxes look like little chicken. I mean, they're egg boxes. And they said Bell Buckle, Tennessee, which is a really cool little town up between here and Nashville that's full of antique stores and stuff that my mom and I used to go to. We lived in Tennessee for about a year, the year after I graduated high school. My dad was going to buy a grocery store there. And my mom and I used to just kind of go out exploring and go hit antique stores and stuff. And they had two of those. They went for $25 a piece. There wasn't a whole lot of money to be made there. But
like 40, I think.
Yeah. My thinking was buy one, send one to her as a gift, because that would mean a lot to her, because she remembers, she still talks about, you know, remember we used to go wander around Bell Buckle? And I'm kind of kicking myself for not doing it. I could have bought one, sent one, mailed, given her one as a gift or whatever, and then sold the other one to offset it, but somebody else got them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, I mean, stuff like that. Yeah, like $25. There's not a whole lot of room to make any money. You remember the White Mountain, White Mountain ice cream hand crank ice cream thing? I mean, it brought like $40, $35 or $40.
Yeah, there's not any room in that.
I mean, it was just kind of like. Why did I save all the hard shipping for last? I always do that. Probably 5 or 6, but they're probably, I think with the exception of 1 or 2, there are going to be ones that I have to do.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to get that stuff cheap if you get more collectors than resellers at the auction.
Okay. It's missing the needle, I think. Right? I don't know. I know there's a spring in there.
And of course, it was just like I figured it would be.
Thanks.
I pull up, and I've got 2 bars, barely 2 bars of signal in the parking lot. And I'm like, and it's a concrete building with a metal roof, and I'm like, I'm not going to get a single bit of signal on the inside. So I got there about an hour early, so it was kind of a, look up, find the item you want to do research on, snap a couple pictures, go walk out in the parking lot where the brokers are, and stand out there and do your research. But then stuff would come across the auction block that I hadn't done research on. Then you're just shooting blind and going by your gut.
Yeah. I didn't get a lot on Saturday. I got some motorcycle parts. I got that go-kart body. I got a Evinrude outboard motor. I bought a couple guns, but I'll keep them. And maybe some other small stuff. Give me that towel.
What in the hell am I going to ship those in?
Idiots at the Salvation Army just put a big rack of clothing out and it's snowing. Idiots. Put it out on their side. It's supposed to throw 3 to 5 inches today at least, if not more. And stupid idiots put a big, huge rack of clothing out on the sidewalk. Dumb.
Yeah.
But it has no needle.
Yeah, no needle.
Of course, I'm not very smart either because now I've waited until I started to go pick up my stupid $2 or $3 item that I got, and I got to go up the big hill in Duluth. So that's okay. And this thing, the old tires went through the snow, no problem, so I should do fine with my new tires.
Did you get snow tires?
They're like all-weather tires.
Did you get put mutter? I always wanted to get Astrovan and put mutters on it.
Well, isn't it right here?
It was funny, this thing, when we bought it, it had, the low running boards. And my daughter drove it. She wanted to drive it. and my 23-year-old, and she accidentally hit something and broke the running board off of it. And my husband's like, "Oh, Jesus, we can never have." Well, just take the other one off. I mean, now we've got clearance. He's like, "Oh, you're correct." He says, running board. It's an auction vehicle. I don't care. If I don't care, why do you care? So now I have more. So went deep. I said, no, I don't have to worry about those running boards collecting it all.
I think you're gonna have to refresh, Nikki. You're really breaking up. If it's 4, oh.
You're the only one.
Is that better?
A little bit, yeah. You were really bad before when you were trying to talk.
I've heard them. You've got a piece of bubble wrap there, though, right? Now I need. All right, I got 6 items left.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, I'll take a picture of it today.
Mr. Sadie asked Dusty, did you ever take a load to auction to sell? If so, how did it go? I did really good. I got a check for, Eric, was it 700-ish?
Somewhere in there, yeah.
I did a video, showed the items we took. Some of the stuff brought a few dollars, whatever. But most of the majority of it brought yard sale-ish prices, with the exception of a violin that brought, was it $320 or $350?
That was an amazing price for a violin that had been screwed to a wall.
It had been screwed to a wall because I bought it in a pawn shop. I did a video on that one too. I bought it in a pawn shop where it was. I didn't realize at the time I was buying it. I thought I could see where it was wired up to the wall, and I didn't realize they had drywall screwed through it, just straight through the back of the violin. And I called the day after the auction because I saw that it went for like $320. I called the day after or 2 days later and talked to John, the auctioneer, and I said, did that thing sell? He goes, oh yeah, they sold and paid. He goes, actually, we had a call ahead of time from a guy from Massachusetts that wanted to have some better pictures taken of it and wanted to know some dimensions and stuff. He said we had a second call on a guy from New York. He said he was actually the backup bidder. He said, so yeah, we're gonna ship it out. And I was like, cool. So I don't know, maybe. And I laughed with him. I said, please if I see it in the news and it's $1 million violin, I don't want to hear about it. He just started laughing. I don't think it was. I showed it to a couple people that play the violin and are semi-experts, and they just thought it was a really old, really nice student violin. But whatever, I paid $75 for it, so I was happy. All right, I need a box. Crap.
I bring a lot of like box lots and stuff to the auction, and I usually make, you know, probably at least $100 or $200 a night on just box lots when I bring them in.
That's basically what I did. I just want to get rid of some junk.
Yeah, that works really good for getting rid of stuff. And you don't have to put all the work into having like a rummage sale and stuff.
I took some stuff to auction about in December sometimes, but the guy's kind of a bad payer. It takes you got to kind of chase him down 6 weeks to get your money then. I don't think I might use him again.
Should be in your contract when you get paid.
Yeah, well, it should be when you don't have you do a contract.
That's why you do a contract.
Well, I got my money because I go there enough and that. I think I went to last auction. I said, well, I'm just going to take off whatever I owe you, what you owe me. And then he paid me the rest of my money.
Yeah, we had some of that around here too with some of the auctioneers that don't want to pay, right? And takes a few weeks to get it. And, yeah, you kind of practically have to threaten them to get it sometimes.
His son-in-law is a ringman, and his son-in-law comes up to me like, I don't know, the next auction, he goes, I'm reminding them to pay him your money. And I said to my husband, like, what is that? Now I understand.
Yeah.
He's so nice and personable, but you're gonna have to get him up a few times to get paid.
Yeah.
I give my auctioneers a week to pay me.
Well, the thing about an auctioneer like that sucks on paying, I mean, they're just the dealers are. I mean, that's, you know, all those dealers talk, and it's just gonna, you know, they'll just quit taking them stuff. They have to chase their money down. I really can't believe I just spent all this damn trouble to make a box. Wow. Looks like a 4-year-old made this box. A drunk 4-year-old. A drunk 4-year-old on crack.
There we go. 5, 3, 3. Are you gonna be outside for a while?
For about 10 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Well, Sally, are you watching Shia again?
No, I'm listing.
Uh-huh.
I am.
How are you listing stuff on he will not divide us.us? I gotta ship those beakers.
Those what?
Those test tubes.
Oh. Lots of bubble wrap.
SPLP2-1.
I'm making listings right now for my lotto tickets.
Dad, Jimmy. Dad, Jimmy. You're the only one who can. 3 pounds.
Excuse me.
Thanks, Sally.
That's real nice, Clark.
Sounded like an alien came out of you.
That's what happens when I drink coffee.
Those demons. Background.
Did you ever watch that video that I sent you yesterday?
Me?
Yeah.
No. Because I don't remember you sending me one.
Fine.
Go
I
back.
did send you. I put it in the chat. I see how you are.
Like a message?
Yeah, I put it in the chat for like you to go to YouTube and watch a video.
Is it about a...
So
No, I see one
what?
from Valerie.
It was about Shia. It was called Cannibal.
I had watched the one where he got arrested.
No. This is different. I'll send it to you later.
Okay.
Jennifer says it must be getting worse and worse. Lotto tickets. And I explained it earlier. It's just a thing I do. I have people save them for me. If you know somebody that plays, and they have losing tickets, you can use those to write off on your taxes. Most of the time, but and everything. So, and stuff like that. You can sell them on eBay and make a little bit of money from them.
Yeah, I saw
Depending
a
on
lot
how
of
many you have.
scratch-offs are do okay.
Yeah.
Like scratch-off tickets and big enough lots, they actually do okay. I'm assuming because people send them in for that second chance thing, but because I did a storage unit where she had saved all her scratch-offs and stuff, and actually they do all right.
Yeah, I have. That's what I've been doing. Like last night and this morning, I've been working on letting them together, and I have just the lotto tickets. I have $1,000 retail there, and I'm doing like 20 on the ones that still have the points on them. I'm doing like $27.50 free shipping, and then on the ones that don't have the points on them, I'm gonna do like probably $5 less or something.
Yeah. I didn't know that about regular lottery tickets, but I did know about the scratch cards. You gotta have a big lot.
Yeah. Yeah. I do. I have like the regular scratchers. I have 6,000.
Wow.
That I split up into $6,000 were retail.
Yeah.
And that's not even including. I have a whole other box in my eBay room that I haven't even touched yet, and those don't have the points on them. I already used the points off those, so those will be, lesser amounts of money, but I still have to go through them. But I'm not doing it right now. I'm just gonna get these ready because I want to put multiple quantities on there so that I can keep it. If somebody, last time I put them up, all of them went to one person.
Wow.
They offered me amount of money to send them all.
Out of curiosity, did you sell them into the state of Michigan then, or did they go to a different state?
Yeah. No, in Michigan.
Yeah.
Because they're a Michigan lottery ticket,
Yeah.
so they're not going to be able to use them anywhere else, I don't think.
Yeah.
She's asking what did I make on those? The last time, I don't think I had as many as I do this time. I think I probably had, I'm gonna say close to 5,000 total with the lotto and lottery together, and I made about $75 on the whole deal.
Huh.
Do not put brand new tires on your vehicle.
Why?
My perfectly running van with no problems at all just died at the bank parking lot, and I can't get it started.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Never have had a problem with this van. It runs perfectly, got a great engine, and now it won't start.
Is that funny little dial on the on your dashboard where it has an E and an F? Is it like all the way down by the E?
No, I'm over on 3/4 of a tank. Thank you, though.
Maybe if you kick your tires. I've heard something about kicking tires. I don't know what that's
just
about.
checking
But if you kick your tires, maybe it'll just, jump it into gear or something.
You only kick the tires when you want to know if you want to keep it. Yeah.
Yeah, Jennifer, the ones that I get are free.
Well,
So if you know somebody who plays,
it's not like you.
what?
It's something you do in a time period where you couldn't be working anyhow. So it's not like you're going, oh, I'm not going to list on eBay. You know what I mean? It's something. I don't know. I feel like that needs to be clarified, but
What?
I don't know what I'm trying to say. Just shut up. No, it's not like she drives around. It's not like you drive around picking them up off the ground at
No.
racetracks or something like that. It's something where you're already can't be doing eBay
Like-
in that particular.
Whenever somebody comes in the store and checks their tickets, they will sometimes give them to us and tell us to get rid of them or whatever. And most of the customers know that we save them. So it's not a big deal. They just know, they actually know where they go. If, and there's a bag for them. So,
See what
yeah, I don't
just
care.
did? Okay.
Yeah, I don't care.
So it's something you do while you're at your other job. So it's basically you found a way to make some money.
Yeah, I mean, I can't help but if I find a good one in there every once in a while.
So it's like an added bonus. I think it's awesome.
And nobody else wants to mess with it, so they just save them for me.
Heck yeah.
And I have a deal with my boss, so where if she needs something, for taxes, tax write-offs or whatever, she gets first pick.
Okay, Jen forgot what I'm saying. I love it. Yeah, I think it's awesome. She was telling me about it yesterday, and I was like, okay, that's just freaking cool.
I do it as, like, whenever I come home or whatever, I check them. And, it's almost like I'm playing, the tickets or whatever, because I get to go through the numbers and everything. And I just use it kind of as a distraction a little bit, to clear my mind or whatever, to, like a hobby kind of. Instead of reading or whatever. And I like looking for numbers. It's like, it's very good to do that, to play like word games and number games to keep your mind fresh.
To help you transition from work mode into your next job mode, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's awesome. Good Lord. Anybody can all that?
Excuse my.
No, not you. What's something I do?
No, I burped.
Oh, wait a minute. You know what today is? It's Margarita Monday.
Margarita Monday?
Yeah, I just made that up. It's a new holiday.
Oh,
Good to me.
I may be celebrating.
I have to wait till I get my 20 listings in, because then I won't get anything done.
Who's buying? He's a margarita.
My son was telling me the other day, I'd like to try a margarita. And I said, I make some good margaritas and I make some good strawberry daiquiris. He's like, isn't that kind of a girly drink? And I'm like, no, not really. I mean, he's a lightweight anyways. He won't be able to drink much.
Frozen margaritas are a girly drink. Margarita rocks.
What are you talking about? Frozen? Like blended?
Yeah, blended margaritas, that's girly. Anything that looks like a slushy with liquor in it, that's girly.
Oh, bull.
Yeah, give up your man card on that one. Unless you're at the beach or like an island or on vacation, then it really doesn't matter. You can pretty much do whatever. All the rules go out the door then, including what time you can start drinking.
Talking about drinks, you know what's funny is I went on a cruise. It was the first cruise I went on, and So I thought, well, I'm gonna order this drink, and I said, well, what would you suggest? And she said, sex on the beach. And I was like, I don't know, for some reason, being from like a religious background and everything, I was so, I don't know, like concerned or,
Hesitant.
self, I'm trying to think of the word, I can't think of it.
Like hesitant.
Self-conscious.
Yeah, self-conscious about, having that drink and being called sex on the beach and all that. I thought, oh my God, I can't. But I drank it and it was good. And I probably had 2 or 3 more. I was feeling pretty good.
And then I had.
And then she went 1 1 tequila, 2 tequila, 3 tequila, 4.
And then hold on. I can take that.
Yeah.
Actually, it was stairs.
They made that song right after me. That's who wrote the song. It was funny because I was on a boat and I hadn't had it. It was the morning. We were in Mexico and I hadn't had anything to drink yet. And we needed to go back on the boat. We were going to go on an excursion and we forgot something in the room. So I had to run back onto the boat to get something out of our room. So I am horrible about stairs. Everybody that knows me knows that I should not be around stairs, especially going down. So I'm hurrying and I'm trying to, get down these stairs and everything. And I probably like 5 steps. And I just kind of like ate it and then slid down. And then there was this guy says, I wasn't there, but if I was there, I would have followed the kid in the water. Okay.
I didn't mean for you to read that out loud, but it is what
it just got weird.
But yeah, so I fell down the stairs. I cut my leg, and then when we were actually walking, so it was bleeding. I was bleeding like a stuck hog. And so we got over to the streets. We were doing some shopping and stuff. And the lady goes, too much tequila? Oh my God. I can't believe she said that. But no, unfortunately, I was not drinking. So there's your.
I have a permanent scar under my goatee. Several permanent scars from tequila. So that involved Mexico too, ironically.
Yeah, I've got a couple of stories about stairs that are good.
Mine involve cobblestone streets. I don't think they should allow tequila to be served in places where the bricks are.
Huh?
We should have arbitrary.
Oh, okay.
I would agree.
This looks like that carburetor, but this is missing off the top. What is this? It's
Oh,
that.
yeah, it is missing.
It's a butterfly.
Yeah.
Just a slide with a.
Butterfly kisses.
Okay, well, what's this?
Slide.
Oh, it's missing.
Now she has random conversation.
All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and close down the show for today. Thanks for everyone for watching, and don't forget to click on the thumbs up button if you liked the show for today. And we like to see that. And if you did it, well then, hooey on you. No, I'm just
Hooey
kidding.
on you. I'm just kidding. Don't do it.
So if you didn't like it, well, you didn't like. Not everybody's gonna like them. So it's a different kind of show, and everybody kind of does their own thing, and we're working and we're talking, and so we just have a good time. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow morning, and hope you all have lots of sales and
20 items a day listing challenge.
20 items a day.
Get on it.
Check out their Facebook group. Are you going to announce the challenge in there?
Yeah, I'll put the challenge in there.
In the Thrifting Bitches of Reselling, and sign up for it.
Yeah, sign up. If your name's up, then you're in. If it's not, sorry. I'm just
Thanks,
a little blunt
Jennifer.
today. I don't know why, but
And too bad, so sad.
yeah, that's right. Where?
Yeah, he's
Yeah, it'll be in the group. All the details. Put your name on there when I post the contest. And all right. Well, we'll see you tomorrow, and good luck to everyone. Have a good time. See you later.
Yeah.